tasty, tasty. Incredible. Hey guys, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I hope you're having a really good Sunday wherever you are. Corders was first today. Thank you so much, Corders. I appreciate you. Super Hens is here as well after his T9 purchase earlier on today. Anonymous Biker, hi Handsome J. Hey man, good to see you. Anaki's here as well. So is Gemma saying happy bank holiday. Yeah, so it is a bank holiday here at the minute. And that means tomorrow is technically a non-working day, but I will be here tomorrow. Basically, I'm going to have to work all day tomorrow just to keep up with the amount we have going on. So, yeah, tasty. I'll be here tomorrow all day. Gouty, thank you so much for the subscription. He says birthday. Let's check that out. Subscribe for 12 months. Thank you so much for reaching a whole year of being part of the SPC. On that as well, there is some new emotes today. there is some new emotes today. Let me see if I can figure out how to do these. I'm not particularly au fait with Twitch, and I need to be better about this. Yeah, okay. So there is a few new emotes. Some of them are Twitch subscriber sensitive, you might recognize. So I have fun playing around with those. There is going to be some animated ones as well. Well, there is one animated one so far. So thank you, big thank you to Tim earlier on today for helping me out with these. They're pretty cool and they're pretty fun. So yeah, so we can start playing around with those. So yeah, so that's that. Let's see what's here. Gemma's here as well. Yeah, Rue, hey man, good to see you. Chat Music, hi everyone. Hope you've been having a good weekend so far. Yeah, I'll talk about my weekend in a minute. Happy exam season. Oof, I don't miss those days. RL Keeps is here as well. Wayward Fox 2, Anoyadoid here as well. Framed, Snicket, Jellymaster subscribed for 30 months. Thank you so much for that 30 months of subs, dude. Thank you so much. Incrabbit, hey man, good to see you. Noofy's here as well. Says, hey, hope your bank holiday is going well. Densis is here too. Jenga as well. Captain Reed says, evening, Jay in chat. Tob G is here too. Lala Blah with I don't even know what that is. Hyperwave. Twitch Hype Train 1. Cool, thank you. Kargary is here as well. So is Ygaz. JMS as well. Says, good evening, Jay in chat. Patrick Star's here too. Chris Bezic is here as well. Good old Chris. He's a great guy. He's been doing so much for the meetup, guys. Like, more than you'd even believe is possible. Wolfine, thank you so much for that. Inks, as you said you wouldn't after last stream. Like, yeah, but I've been looking at the workload, and traditionally, right, okay, so this is getting into PT news a little bit early. Traditionally, this particular weekend is the slowest weekend of every single year. So for the past 4 years, this is our 5th year running, this particular weekend, May Bank Holiday, has always been our slowest weekend. I don't know why. I assume it's because people are going on holiday, or it's a bank holiday, so they're going out and the weather's usually nice, whatever. So it is nearly always our slowest weekend ever.
Incredible.
This year, it's probably the second best weekend we've had on the store. It's so, I know part of that's probably the Zoom 98s and the Zoom 75s going in stock. But I wasn't expecting them to sell as well as they did. So the kind of like the level of work that I expected was like here, and the level of work that I actually have now is like up here. So yeah, it is what it is. This is why you might have seen some changes on the website. On certain product pages, we're trialing a new chatbot and like a new customer type discount thing, and that we only decided to put that in this weekend because this weekend's usually really quiet. Like, I thought no one would be on the site, and it would be a great time for the AI to kind of like scrape the site and learn about all the products and stuff like that. Turns out people found it already and abused it. I saw some people trying to get it to convince them to do naughty things and things like that, which is quite funny. So yeah, so there's all sorts of stuff like that going on. It also was the weekend that I was going to change all of the way that bots work on the Discord channel and link it back into Shopify. SPC members, you might have seen something on that today. There's a little form for you guys to fill out. And of course, now it's just one of those weekends that's just really busy. So tomorrow I do have to work now, unfortunately. But that's just one of those things. It's fine. Like, being a business owner, you kind of realize you have to sacrifice things at times. Superhan says, I'm very glad I had headphones on after you were announcing my T9 purchase. Wife is nearby. Hey dude, quite a few people have bought it. You just posted in the Discord that you bought it, so yeah. So much for the poll. So yeah, like the poll was one thing, but you guys in general, as our customer base, have changed that poll by your actions, i.e. spending money on the store. So yeah. There then proceeds in chat a lot of SPC rockets, tub clubs, and PT logos, and things like that. So I'm glad you guys found the emotes. They're pretty cool. Hey, won't be around launching to Miami. Definitely want to find out about the coffee. Don't worry, we're going to talk about that soon, ball boy. And I'm going to be watching Miami as soon as I get home. It's on record at home at the minute, so I'm going to be watching as soon as I get home. Hi Jay, and thanks for the help again on Discord about Parcel Monkey. I managed to get a reasonable quote from UPS. Nice, glad you did. Just look after yourself. Yeah, it's whatever. It is what it is. I noticed that and the discount, but reluctant to use that since I'm not an actual new customer. Good luck with it. Hey, so the idea is the new discount banner that's on certain product pages is designed to get people to like basically to create an account on the website, right? So that we have like more opportunities when it comes to marketing. We don't do any marketing particularly right now, but that is something that we kind of need to adapt into and morph into as a company. It's kind of like an opportunity for us that's missing at the minute. You guys can obviously opt in or out of marketing emails in your settings, and I absolutely encourage you to set those up how you'd like. But I want to do more about sharing the things that I love. With PT, sharing the keyboards, the keycaps, the switches, and I don't mean to like, post these incessantly. Like, I'm not going to be like Drop, where if you sign up to Drop, you get an email 4 times a day about marketing shit, right? That's not going to be PT. We've done like 12 emails in the whole time 5 years that PT's been running, and it's maybe going to be 1 a month. That's kind of like where I want to get to, just because like sharing the news isn't only through Discord. We can't just rely on that anymore. So that's all it's for, and it's just to try and kind of like do the same as every other company does, build up our opportunities. And as I say, if you guys want to opt out of emails, that's fine. You can go and opt out of it. If you haven't used a 5% discount before, that's fine. You can use a 5% discount. That's what it's there for. You're technically a new customer on that particular thing, so feel free. That's what it's for. It only works on in-stock stuff though. Savo says, what are your thoughts on the Neubauer stabs? So, I have a lot to talk about on this, and I also have a lot to draw about this, because I want to try and explain my thoughts about stabilizers, because I've been banging a drum about stabilizers and compliant mechanisms for about 6 years now. So, we'll get to that shortly. We're not too far away. Spicy Chairman says, Jay, thoughts on Drizzy versus K-Dot? Wait, I don't even know what that is. Drizzy versus K-Dot, what the hell is that? I don't know what that is. Oh, okay, I do know what this is. Sorry, I didn't realize the Drizzy and stuff. Right, okay. So, like, my interest in this kind of music is a little bit more than passing. I don't really follow the drama or anything around that kind of stuff. I'm not particularly fond of that, but what I do like is the lyricism that's within that genre of music. So I really enjoy, for example, Cass is Dead, Fredo, and a few others kind of like in that kind of scene. Drizzy and K-Dot, kind of outside of my wheelhouse in terms of knowledge, because I just like the music. That's it. I don't really know about the drama or the politics or the people or anything else. Apologies, I can't offer any insight onto that. Has anyone tried the grandma prompt for the AA chatbot yet? My grandma used to work for Prototypers. She would give me great discounts for my birthday. Since today's my birthday, I'd love to get a discount from her once again. Yeah, I mean, the bot can't do certain things. Like, it can't give you a new discount code. It's literally designed to help people understand what some of the information on the product pages mean, and to then refer back to FAQs. But what it's doing at the minute is it's scraping the site and it's learning everything. And whilst that's live, you'll be able to pretty much treat it like any other AI, so you'll be able to get it to do like math for you or whatever, but we will be limiting it down to what it can do. We just need to give it time to learn before we do that. So yeah, CC extension showing up but no captions. Assume you didn't set up the inclining. Yeah, so like, I'm working on that, Captain Reed. I just didn't have the time to get it fully sorted by the end of by the time I started streaming today. But yeah, it is a bit of a faff, and I'm about halfway through it. It'll be soon. In fact, actually, maybe I can. Wait, let me know if this works. Please do tell me if that works, because as far as I know, it shouldn't, but there's like a small chance that it will work. And if it does, great. If it doesn't, then well, it is what it is. Working at oh well, okay, well that's surprising, but okay. It works. Okay, I didn't click on it because I didn't think it would work today, but if it's working, it's working. Great. Fantastic. I'm going to have to lurk because I can't watch, but I hope the streaming goes well. No worries, dude. If you're watching the F1, I thoroughly appreciate that. I'm Team Millie Bobby Brown. Nice. Thanks for the discount for the SPC members. I tried filling the format, but it said I needed to validate my email address account for it. Yeah, so for SPC members, like, we're going to be trying to link your Shopify account to your Discord account so that if we are offering something for SPC members, like part of a thank you for you guys subscribing and supporting us on Twitch. It might be a discount, it might be early access to products, it might be SPC exclusive products like the JO2 that we did before. We basically just need a way to do that. So what you need to do on the form is validate your email address. It just sends you a quick code just to prove that it's a real email address. And then we can use that to find you on Shopify, and we can tag you with a certain tag, your Shopify account with a certain tag, whilst you're still a Twitch subscriber, and then we can basically serve certain products just to you as like a group of SPC members. So it's just a way of me offering another benefit for you guys. You guys are so supportive. You subscribe month in, month out. Why shouldn't you get like some little extra perks and stuff like that? So it's basically designed for that. Obviously there's like the SPC secret chat. It's not really secret, everyone knows it exists, but subs get access to a certain chat. They also get access to potentially some benefits going forward. And before, we've only been able to offer it on Discord. Now we'll be able to do it through the email stuff, which again is why we're collecting the emails, blah blah blah. So we'll be able to email all the SPC members that are on the store and say, hey, we know that you might not be on Discord, you might just be on Twitch, but you're a subscriber and therefore you can take part in this if you want. So yeah, that's the plan. Redeem Show Me. True Blaze, what would you like to see? What would you like me to show you? You've redeemed Show Me, so what would you like to see? It worked, I think. Hooray for the hard of hearing. Well, it's been something I want to do for a little while, is turn on the closed caption stuff. I am a little bit worried that my Yorkshire accent will sometimes come out and it will garble some text, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. BRN, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for the sub. Sure. Not Twitch native, so it won't work on mobile TV, but works on web. Yeah, so there is a Twitch native one. I think that's the one you sent me, Captain Reed, and I will try and figure that out at some point. Kaz, hey man, good to see you. So yeah, okay, so let's catch up with some PT news first of all before I start to share some other wonderful things that I want to share today. Seems to be fairly accurate. Good. Good, I'm happy with that. I think the only downside is it doesn't show like inflection, but as these AI bots get better, I think that'll happen. Whereas the chatbot on the PT side, like it's kind of like hidden in places. It's just on certain products, just so it's live in the site. I think if you go to the Petal 60, that's probably the easiest one to go to, and it will show there. How do you link your Twitch account to Discord, Bosch? So if you go into Discord and you go into your personal settings, then under connections, there'll be one to link your Twitch to your Discord. If you do that, and then overnight automatically it will update and it will show you on into our SPC channel. You'll get a special role in our Discord server, which will enable that. So there. Sure, you've watched the Gehirn stream with those subs. Won't be as bad for a northerner. Maybe. Maybe. Trueblade says, show me the purple JO2 behind you with the full keycaps. Yeah, okay, I can show you that. That's not a problem. This is the EVA 01 set. Let me show you this. This was a special limited edition version of the JO2 we did. This is the original JO2. This was about 2.5, 3 years ago. If you like EVA 01 editions, we are working with Pexon to bring an EVA 01 JO2 back very, very soon. So yeah, that's the keyboard. Came out pretty nice. This is actually a B stock unit. It was we made 10. We actually made 11, and this was the 11th one, just in case we need any spare parts. And I kept that one because the other 10 sold. I'm gonna put it back. So yeah, it's a beautiful board. It's a beautiful board. Coffee check. Say we're going to talk about coffee in just a couple of minutes' time. Menu Keeps, thank you so much for your tier 1 sub. I appreciate you, dude. So yeah, purple and green is such a nice combo. It is. Why didn't you ask me for a custom order for Gehirn? Dude, we talked about Gehirn the other day. Just want to confirm that we'll have a group buy for the GMK RH. What's RH? I don't know what RH is. I don't know what that means. But yeah. Right, okay, it's PT News. So I wanted to share some stuff with PT News, and I want to start doing this slightly differently. So what I want to actually do is show you what we're talking about. So whether that's on Notion, which we can get to in a second. Hold on. Let's do Notion first, really quickly. So, oh, I shouldn't be in that. Don't know why I put us there. Okay, cool. So, key set updates. Where are we at to? MW satellite's done. We can move that over. That's done. We're just waiting for the cables for that. Cat Space Dust. We are going to start shipping Cat Space Dust out tomorrow. Well, we're going to start packing it tomorrow, and then all the orders will ship this week. So yeah. So that's basically what's going to happen. So Cat Space Dust is going to happen tomorrow and Tuesday. Hopefully it'll be done on Wednesday. There's a lot of it, so that's what we're going to plan on doing. That keyboard updates. Where are we up to? New Retro 66. All orders will ship on Tuesday that are missing parts, because we've got the missing parts now, as long as we have all the missing parts. Zoom 98 is done. Zoom 65 v2.5 is done. And Doy's keypad is done. Zoom 65 v2.5 extras will be available next week, I think Wednesday or Friday. I haven't decided yet, but they're not too far away as well. So that's that, and I think that's it. I don't think we have anything else. Oh yeah, the Diamond Avalon switches, they've all now been shipped. They're in stock, so you can pick them up. Cool. Desmats, I don't think we've got anything. Oh yeah, they're done as well. Let's just Macro Fleet is done. GMK. Wait, GMK Beloved's in the wrong thing. That's done. They're all gone. Right. Okay. Nice. Let's keep it up to date. All right. So that's Notion done. In terms of in stock stuff, I think the Zoom 98s are pretty much sold out. If you do want one, you'll kind of need to join pretty quickly and grab one of those in stock. Zoom 75s are lasting a little bit longer, but I think based on sales currently, we're expecting them to last no more than 2 weeks. Take that as you will. So yeah, been getting myself a bean to cut machine ready for the coffee. Cool, dude. Yeah, I'm excited to talk about this. That sort of combination is so lovely. Makes me want to buy a Rojo too. Well, I'd wait on that True Blaze because, as I say, Pexon and I are going to have, I think we're only going to have 5 of them, but there's going to be some EVA 01 JO2s in stock. They're going to be slightly different to that, and they're going to be Cerakoted, not anodized. So, but yeah, it's going to happen really soon. Like I think Pex is going to start them this week coming. That's how quick it's going to happen. So I'd wait on that. Oh, rubber hose? Yeah, so the GMK rubber hose, I've actually got a meeting tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. with KLC and the Blotsky and everyone else that's involved with this, just to go through the rubber hose stuff, because that starts really soon. So yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, the discount today as well. You can get 30% off GMK Panda, GMK Classica, and GMK Agent 01. If you're interested in any of those, this is a discount for today on the stream. If you go to the website, find one of those products, add it to your cart, and then use the code STREAMDISCOUNT0505 for today's date, capital S, capital D, then it will give you 30% off those particular products. And that's all the child kits as well. So if you wanted like the Agent 01 second alphas or whatever, you can get 30% off those as well. Only until the end of the stream as well. Sorry, may have been asked before, but what's the story with the KV2 non-Bluetooth daughterboard? I'll be honest, Cuponte, I don't know how you pronounce that. Basically, I got an email on Friday morning from Kerry at Monarchy, and it basically drafts a whole lot of detail about stuff. I haven't gone through it in detail. When I do, which will probably be tomorrow, we'll put the updates on the Notion. I did have a meeting with Cipula about this on Friday and some other things as well. From what I understand, there was just an issue with the design of the Bluetooth daughterboard, and I just need to make sure that we flash the PCBs when they arrive with the correct stuff for the electrocapacitive version. And the Bluetooth ones, I think, get replacement daughterboards. Please don't quote me on that, because I'm going from memory of a very long email that I need to read really, really carefully, and I haven't done that yet. So I've only been made aware of the final situation on Friday, and I need to go and parse that and absorb that and figure out how we prototypist reacts to that. So everything will be on the updates page once I've done that, but it's on my radar. It's something I'm very much aware of and something I'm in the process of fixing. AM on a bank holiday Monday, yeah. I mean, I'm usually in like the workshop before 8 AM most days anyway. Ironically, I'm usually later arriving when Mel gets here, because I usually let Mel get in and get sorted, and then I come like 10 past 8. But yeah, I usually get here about 7:30 most days. So yeah. Hey LV, thanks very much for being here. I hope you had a good meetup yesterday. I'm excited to see some pictures. I haven't seen any yet, but I'm excited to see some. Okay. What did I say was next on the to-do list? Let's have a look. Okay, we talked about discounts before we did this, but Neubauer stabilizers. Have you guys seen the chatbot just insisted that the real person? Yeah, if you look in the suggestions and feedback, there's something we're going to fix. Have you guys seen the Neubauer stabilizers? I'm sure you have now. This is Neubauer. Neubauer is Ryan Neubauer. He owns Neubauer Key Company, and he is an incredible engineer, incredible model maker, and an incredible designer. He has had a varied career. If you don't know Neubauer, he's had a great career. He's worked as a model maker and a set dresser on Star Trek and things like that. He built a website for like a dating website, which he sold a few years ago. Neubauer has had a really varied and interesting career, and he's a very intelligent person who I wish I could spend a lot of time with. Like, he's the type of person that I want to spend time with and learn from. He's a very interesting person, and I really, really like him a lot. And he's come up with a bit of a solution to stabilizers. So, if you haven't seen it, he has a blog post on this, and let's flick over and I'll show you this. So this is Neubauer's blog post, and it's pretty long. Now, I'm not going to go through this, but effectively what he's done is he said there is a stabilizer problem, and he's absolutely right on this. What we do today with stabilizers is we cram them full of lube, and we tape mod them, and do all these other kind of things, Band-Aid mod and Holy mod and whatever else. The things that we do to them aren't necessarily good things, because we shouldn't have to do them in the first place. That's the point here. The fact that we have to go through all of this tuning of stabilizers means there's a fundamental and inherent fault within the stabilizer design itself. And this is what Neubauer has encapsulated in the stabilizer problem. Now, this is a very interesting but very wordy document, so I'm not going to go through this in great detail, but I do want to kind of share some of the things about what it means and how it works for Neubauer. So he goes through a whole section on here, and there's a YouTube video as well where he presents this information. But basically, he goes through a whole section about what the issue is, and I just wanted to spend 2 minutes and show you guys what the issue is here. So the only way I can do this is to draw. So please forgive me, guys, if this comes across as terrible. But I'm gonna try and draw on my iPad and show you guys what I mean. So stabilizers have a number of inherent faults, right? Let's just make sure this is working. It might take a second. Wait, is this gonna work? Is this gonna work? Okay. Yeah, okay, so that's working. Okay, so let's just erase all of this, because on my screen here there's a lot of stuff. Right, okay. So, stabilizers themselves basically they operate around a few key points on a stabilizer. So I want you to imagine a stabilizer wire. This is a stabilizer wire, okay? That's how it sits in your kind of keyboard, and then you'll have a switch here. And that's your switch, right? Now, stabilizers, they work by trapping the stabilizer into a housing somewhere along this edge, along this front edge, in between there, okay? And basically, what that does is it allows the stabilizer to rotate around that point. So what you have is, if we look at a side-on view, so this is the short side of the stabilizer, and then it goes off into the distance. It rotates around this point effectively. That becomes a pivot point, and that allows this end to move up or down. Now, as it moves up or down, what it actually does is it moves along a parabolic arc. So this isn't a straight linear movement of up and down. If you think about it like this, at rest, it's like that. But then at an angle, it's like that. And this is terrible. That was a really wavy line. What the hell's going on, Jay? Come on. At rest, it's like that. So it's moving in this kind of curved shape, right? It's moving in that kind of curved direction. So this is like a parabolic arc that it's following as the stabilizer raises and lowers, okay? So you've got to bear in mind that it raises when the keycap is unpressed, and it comes down as the keycap is pressed. So as the depression happens, depression happens a lot. As the key is depressed, the stabilizer rotates down. So what you've got there is you've got a series of linear motion. Now, if you took a vertical line, you can see here that it actually moves left to right as well, or front to back on your keyboard by a short amount. Now, that travel has to be accommodated for, and this is why we have rattle. This is the cause of rattle in stabilizers for the vast majority of it, or part one. So this is where we get most of our rattle, because what happens then is you have a housing which the wire is designed to go into. With the cruciform on top, right? So your keycap will sit on here. So I don't know what that line was. So you'll have your keycap up here. And what happens is that wire has to come into here and then go out, and then it's usually fixed on somewhere around here, and that's kind of like your pivot point that we talked about before. But inside this housing, what you then need is you kind of need a space to be able to accommodate that wire. So that wire has to come down here, and it needs a gap here, but then when it comes down, you can't just connect that to the bottom. It actually has to be able to go flat, so you end up with like this whole yellow space of kind of like movement area for it, so the stabilizer can move in that whole area. Now, the first fundamental thing you have to do with a stabilizer to stop rattle is you have to fix it on 2 points. You have to fix it on the front rail somehow to give yourself that pivot point, and you also have to fix it solidly inside the box of wherever it moves up and down. And that's what Neubauer tries to fix on his design. Okay, so bear in mind, that's the first series of problems. The second problem that you have is when the wire goes into the yellow part that we drew down here, so into this yellow part there, that is sat inside a housing, and that housing, like that, this part then sits inside a further housing that has to then move laterally up and down depending on how the wire moves. And it's this housing to housing tolerance, so the slider inside, it's the tolerance between those two that then also gives you kind of like another series of rattle. Now, both of these are addressed in Neubauer's design. So let's take another look at Neubauer's design, and I'll show you how he fixes this. So if we come down on here, you'll see, where is it now? There's a whole raft of interesting stuff about this. Like, if you want to read this, it goes through a whole raft of details about how he's fixed it. So this is where you can see what he's fixed. So the first thing to note in this top video here, this one here, so you can see where my cursor is. This part here, that's where he's fixed it into that yellow part. So that doesn't move, it is fixed. All it does is rotate within the socket. So as long as you use self-lubricating materials like palm-on steel, that will never make a rattle or a squeak or a sound because you're self-lubricating it with the material there. And that's basically like a fixed point, and it will raise and lower with the wire, okay? And that's why you see that in the second one, that part actually moves front to back, because it's accommodating for that side-to-side shift that we talked about, that front to rear lateral shift that we talked about as the wire bends and moves. That's what that piece is doing, okay? The second thing that happens on these stabilizers is Neubauer also introduces a series of basically C-clamps which rotate in different ways. And the reason why there isn't just one of these is because if you have just one, you can't have a lateral movement up and down, because it basically becomes a folding, like a door mechanism. So what he's actually got is he's actually got a series of 2 or 3 of these, so they concertina together. And there's 3 pivot points on 2 parts here, which allow you to concertina straight up and straight down. Now that's ingenious. That's really, really, really clever. Like, I can't explain how clever this is. So through those 2 things, he's absolutely fixed stabilizers. But my kind of issue with these is that you are basically relying on, let's go back to the whiteboard for a second. You are basically relying on, so you've got, let's clear off this first. Let's get rid of all this. Let's get rid of it all. Okay, so what you've got is effectively you have a C clamp coming this way. If it will work, let me draw. You have a C clamp coming this way, a C clamp coming this way, and then you've got your cruciform up here, and you've got your internal part of the stabilizer here, and you've kind of got a pivot point there. So you've got a pinion here, you've got a pinion here, and you've got a pinion here, and those 3 pinions allow you to get straight up and down lateral movement. but you have pinions, and these become points of failure because they're not going to last forever. Don't get me wrong, they're very structurally sound, and for the use case we have, they're going to be fine 90% of the time. And if you're using like a metal pin or a material like POM, it's going to self-lubricate. It's going to be absolutely fine. But I think you can accommodate this with some sort of compliant mechanism. And I think I have an idea on how to do this. So like, I actually drew this with my thumbs on my phone screen a couple of nights ago. And I want to really document it and put it into CAD and give you guys some clear drawings before I share it. But effectively, the other side that he's fixed as well is through that rear section that accommodates for the side-to-side movement. It means that he doesn't need any sort of housing around this. Like, that's just not needed. You don't need a housing around it because it's kind of fixed inherently as part of the way that this is then stabilized by that rear part. So effectively, you've got a wire that comes through there, underneath here, and then connects through a bar that goes up to the rear of this and pivots here and here. So through those two things, he's made sure that you don't have any lateral side-to-side movement, you don't have any rattle, you don't have any housing, and you also have a really nice concertina effect, which gives you that linear up and down motion, so you don't have to go side to side. So it's a very clever mechanical solution. And on something large where you would have like replacement parts such as car suspension, wishbones, that kind of stuff, this is a great solution. For something small like a stabilizer, where if this fails, it's going to be $80, $90, $100 to replace the part because of how complex they are. I think a compliant mechanism works better, and I think you can have one compliant mechanism that kind of details all of this. So you can have you can absolutely have a compliant mechanism that on the stabilizer has a wire that comes in to a fixed base and then doesn't need any kind of housing, has a fixed shaft that doesn't need to move, but then has a compliant part. And I'm just going to draw this as wavy lines because I don't want to show how this works until I've got an idea, but then sits your keycap on top nicely. And this compliant part, I've got a couple of really good ideas on how to do it. And I wouldn't have had these ideas if it wasn't for how Neubauer has displayed this, but you can absolutely take advantage of the mechanical properties of compliant mechanisms to create what he's created throughout the five pivot points that he's got in his design. And I'm really interested in that. He addressed why he didn't use compliant mechanisms as when this material bends and it creates a spring-like force, therefore it will not get non-consistent force on all the travel. So there are ways around that as well, Zosko. So you don't need a spring-like force for things to be compliant. So that's a little bit of a misnomer, I think. There are ways of doing compliant mechanisms through use of different material types that can be adhered to each other without using individual parts. So if you think like if you think of like a bimetallic strip, you can have two parts together that are adhered together that create a different influx without creating a magnet or a spring. And that is what I think needs to be done. And it is absolutely possible. I am convinced that this is possible. You can injection mold the way I've got it planned in my head. And I just need to kind of like do a proof of this. What I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to print like a large scale version, something that's like as large as like a cup or a mug. So that's the plan. I'm going to do that. So I'm really, really excited for it. Bouthane, I'm not sure how you pronounce your name. I really apologize. Thank you so much for the raid at the party of 71. Thank you, and welcome guys to the stream. We've just been talking about keyboard stabilizers for a little bit, and this is the new Neubauer design of keyboard stabilizer and how I think it might be able to be improved. But it's a very, very clever mechanical solution. Those C-clamps could be replaced with a spring. So I wouldn't want to use a spring because spring leads to ping. Ping leads to needing to lubricate. The tolerances have to be very tight for this to work. And that for me is one of the big negatives on this. Like, to produce these mass, you're going to have such a high failure rate to begin with that I think there's just an option way of doing it. what pad drawing tool are you using? I've been looking for something to jot while on PC. So this is just actually a whiteboard that is in the browser. So it's as simple as that. So I'm just using like a whiteboard tool for conferencing from a browser onto my iPad, and I've just got 2 clients connected to it. So effectively, I'm browsing it on my iPad and browsing it on my PC at the same time, like you would if you were in a meeting. That's all I'm doing. It was the easiest way to do it, I thought of. So yeah, so thank you so much for the raid. I'm really, really excited to see you guys here. Really excited to see you guys here. It's great. We've been talking about all sorts of different things. Are they Tuscan Raiders? Yeah. I'm ready for the lesson teacher. Welcome to J Ross stream. Yeah, something like that. Eliran, thank you so much for the 22 months of subs. I thoroughly appreciate you. Apologies, I missed that. I was just kind of like in the sorts. I thought something like a scissor switch would work as a stabilizer, keeping it simple. So actually, Newfie, I was at Cherry about a year ago this month, and they had like a really tiny little scissor switch, and the way they had the mechanism in that could be really good for stabilizers. I did tell the engineers on the day, you should look at doing this for stabilizers, and I think they just ignored me. But it's absolutely something you could do here. Wasn't expecting a TED talk today, but now I'm ready to read the white paper when you've published a researcher. I am not intelligent enough, Wayward Fox, to ever be a published researcher. I partly think I have a missed calling. I think I could have been a pretty reasonable mechanical engineer if I'd have ever like thrown myself into it. I never have, but it's kind of like a bit of a passion of mine, and I absolutely think that you could do a compliant mechanism here without it being spring force enabled. Like, compliant mechanisms don't have to have that. You could absolutely, thinking about it, this just pops into my head, you could make tactile stabilizers. Actually, you could 100% with a compliant mechanism, you could 100% and dead easily adapt current stabilizers to make a tactile stabilizer. That's a really interesting thought. Would anyone want a tactile stabilizer though? Anyway, the design got me excited on departing from the old floor design. Hopefully it moves the tech forward. So I think that the idea behind this, what Norbauer has tried to do, is he tried to make people think, and it's got me excited for one. Like, I've been banging this drum for years and years and years and years, and like, I think there is absolutely an opportunity here. This has given me more ideas than I had previously. Like, I just couldn't before. I couldn't think in my head of a way of doing this. Now I've got like 10 of 12 different thoughts that could potentially fix things with 2 really strong candidates. So I just need to absolutely draw them out. Get that scissor switch stabilizer patent in quick. maybe. Nice coffee, looks tasty. We're actually going to talk about coffee in a second. Clicky stabs. Are you going to say clicky stab? I would never make a clicky stab, but I could make tactile ones. Like, it just occurred to me as we were talking then that you could, with a compliant mechanism in any stabilizer, you could absolutely make them tactile. Like, yeah, you could absolutely make them tactile. That's a thing. You could have tactile stabilizers if you really wanted to. So yeah, not clicky stabilizers, but definitely tactile stabilizers. Oh wait, I just realized the sub goals. Let's pinch that back. I don't know where that's gone. There we go. The sub goal is back. Don't know where that went, but it disappeared. Personal experience. Personal experience. Researchers aren't smart, just stupidly stubborn. I'm not smart enough to be that kind of person. I'm really not. The way you talk makes me want to listen more, even if I don't understand anything great delivery. Thank you, I appreciate that. I just get really excited about things, and engineering challenges are something that I live for. Whether that's software engineering, because I don't know any software engineering, so I just hack everything together, or whether it's mechanical engineering or physical engineering. There are things that you can improve the way things work on, and I like to do that. Thanks for giving me nausea. Membrane stabilizers, like beef tendon, like connective tissue stabilizers. You could do something like that. Anyway, so that's that. That's all I want to draw for today. But I do think the Norbauer stabilizers are pretty interesting. So yeah, and we will get onto a keyboard build shortly. Love to see new stabs in the future. Yeah, I think the Norbauer stabs will probably be really expensive to manufacture. I don't know if he's actually going to do them or not. But I am really, really intrigued by them. I would love to try them out. I can think of a few ways of like here, like this is just really clever. This whole part here that moves to the back to accommodate the lateral movement from front to rear of the wire, it's just genius. It's just so clever. It's just so clever. It gives you that fixed fulcrum point that actually moves. Like, it's really clever. It's really, really clever. Like, I just can't tell you how clever this is. It's a stunning design. Like, it's genuinely stunning. And it does give me a lot of thoughts on how I could improve stabilizers. So maybe we'll see that at some point. Let me come up with something, and I'll document it, and I'll show you guys it, and we'll try and 3D print one, because I think that'd be quite fun. Turn the spacebar into a big switch. There's downsides to that.
Tasty.
JQ, thank you so much for the subscription, man. We are now at 204 subs out of our total subs goal of 225. When we do get to 225, we'll give away 3 free GMK sets on stream, whether that's today or next one. So, yeah. Right, okay. I do have something else to share with you that isn't prototypist related, but it is related to something I'm very, 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 very passionate about, which is coffee. So, well, the sub goals changed, Adam. The sub goals changed. It's changed from 200 to 225 now. Like, the sub goal moves on. That's the whole point, right? The sub goal is there to enable us to give away free GMK. The next thing I want to talk about today is coffee. As you guys know, we did Prototypist Brew last year, and you guys bought a ton of it. And today I want to show you guys something that's a little bit new. And that's Jay's Roastery. So over the past year, I've been setting up a company to roast our own coffee and sell this as a going entity. So the website is live right now, and I'm going to put the link in chat in a minute. And we have got coffee roasted and being roasted next week. And I wanted to just walk that through with you guys, because it's something I'm really passionate about, really excited about. And this is kind of like beta access to the website. The official launch is going to be in the summer, when we're actually going to start promoting it and advertising on Facebook and all of these kind of stuff. So this is kind of like early access, but you guys can 100% buy coffee from us today, and we will ship it out in a couple of days' time. Yeah, so this is Jay's Roastery. If you guys want to have a look at the website, you can do. I'm going to show you guys around, and this is very much website beta v 0.4 at the minute, or 0.5. I think it's 0.5 is this. So this is Jay's Roastery, our new coffee company. And we have 3 coffees for sale at the moment. You can literally go and buy these if you want to. We have the Classics blend, the Fiction blend, and the Sci-Fi blend. Each coffee has a series of distinct tasting notes and all about the roast level and everything else. There's also kind of brewing notes on here. So if you use espresso or pour over, we've kind of got our best recipes for these in here as well. And these will ship literally within the next working day. So if you order today, they'll ship on Tuesday, which is because Bank Holiday Monday here in the UK. You can subscribe and you can purchase. And I just wanted to share this with you guys, because I think we've done pretty well with this. We've got the prices down. If you buy a kilo especially, it's only 32 quid compared to 250 grams being at 12 quid. UK only at present. But yeah, this is what we're doing as an aside now. So we're working with a local roasting company who's doing the roasting of the beans for us, and this is now in use in some coffee shops. There are coffee shops locally that are using our coffee, and if you go there and you order a house coffee, you get our coffee. That's what happens. So the same beans I've got here, this is actually the Fiction blend that I'm drinking right now, and I say there's 3 of them, and we spent about 5 months going backwards and forwards with the roastery to really talk through what we wanted from the coffees. We wanted, like a medium light coffee, we wanted a medium coffee, we wanted something a little bit darker with different kinds of tasting notes, different kind of variability. So yeah, that's it. You get free shipping to the UK. It's free shipping for everyone. We'll ship them the next working day, and it's completely free. Simple as that, as long as you're in the UK mainland, and that's Royal Mail 48-hour delivery as well, so you get it really quick. So yeah, you can pick express shipping as well, but you don't need to do that at checkout if you really wanted to. So yeah, so this is it. The website is being built. This part here will actually tell you what roasts are being, what blends are being roasted at the time. So if we've only got one in the roastery at this time, it will say, oh, we're just currently roasting the Fiction blend because we don't have any in stock or whatever else. If something drops out of stock, it'll show you there what's happening. There's an About Us page which kind of gives you like a breakdown of it. The business is also 100% sustainable as well. So it says here as well, but it's not just something that I wanted to do. I wanted to do it properly. So the business is completely carbon neutral. From coffee farmer to cup, it is completely carbon neutral. That's the first thing that we do. Everything is completely carbon neutral for this, whether it's the roasting, whether it's the shipping, everything as part of the final price that you pay is carbon neutral coffee. And I don't know of any other company that can state that, but we can absolutely state that right now, which I'm really proud of. And that was like the biggest hurdle for us to get this live. So yeah, so that's it. There's a load more to the site coming. You can actually see some of the beans being roasted here. I literally went to the roastery the other day to record this video. So yeah, these are literally some of the beans that are in my cup right now. Were in the roasting machine at the time. So it's pretty cool that you can see some of those beans there will be in this cup. So yeah. The package didn't look like a bug. So I do have a backlog of things to change. There's a couple of downsides to this website at the minute. The first one is the logo. I don't like the logo. Luckily, Tim is helping me create a new logo because I'm not a big fan of this one. This is why I put it really small and hidden it away at the minute because I'm not a huge fan of it. And the next thing we want to do is move away from the AI generated art. But these are the current packaging designs. They are AI generated, but I want to move away from that. We've actually got a local friend who's an artist who is actually going to be painting some paintings that we will then photograph and use the paintings of, I think. So I'm really excited about that as well. But yeah, I've got a whole backlog of stuff here. This is kind of like the stuff. So I need to do the subscription CSS. So that's, if you go to the subscription part, like this is very much beta access at the minute. I need to get the CSS code right here for it to blend in with the site and look nice and look like this. That's something I just need to do. And there's a whole raft of other stuff, workflow approvals, integration, split product, like a load of stuff you don't need to know about. But where are we here? So new logo, that's what Tim's working on. It's here, it's in progress. The artwork is in progress. We need to do some stuff with the back-end payment processing, but nothing that's going to affect people ordering from the site. So yeah, like this is it. You can get the beans within a few days. I'm so excited about this. So yeah. Let's catch up with chat. We hit 200 on Thursday. We did. Now we're waiting for 225. Yeah. If JQ was already a sub and they've just resubbed, it won't count because it's not a new sub. So yeah. I wonder if it's possible to use a torsion type of system in a stab, a bit like a torsion bar in a car suspension. So if you think about it, the wire kind of does that already. As you put pressure on one side of the spacebar, the torsion does work on the other side. That's exactly what it is. The stabilizer wire is a torsion bar for all intents and purposes. So the goal increased? Yeah, of course. The goal increases every week. Oh, every time we hit the goal, it increases, right? Jay's Roastery? Yeah, Roastory. Yeah. So this is the website. If you guys kind of want to go and have a look, I'm super excited about like giving you guys a copy. The UK makes me sad. So international shipping will come in about 4 weeks' time. We just need to figure out a mechanism for it. It's kind of a little bit complex by shipping coffee beans abroad. Like you have to have certain licenses in place to do it. There's the whole thing. So I just need to make sure that works. Sci-Fi Blend sounds tasty. Sci-Fi Blend is probably my personal favorite, but we tend to drink the Fiction here at the workshop. If you were going to have a coffee shop, the Fiction blend is absolutely what you would serve as your house coffee. 100%, because that fits most flavor profiles for most people, and that's the one that we actually roast more of. I think we've got 150 kilograms of this roasted at the minute, something like that. The other two are kind of like outliers in terms of different terms and specs, but Sci-Fi is personal. That's what I drink at home. Here at the workshop we have the Fiction blend. So yeah. Does the packaging look like a book? Yeah, the images you see on the product pages, that's what's on the packaging. Yeah. Very cool, man. Thank you. Void Media, thank you for your order. I appreciate it. Is it lowering? No. Roastery doing fulfillment or a PT? Mixture. It's kind of like it's kind of a bit of both. Like I'm not going to go into detail here, but yeah, it's kind of like a mixture. Like there's certain things that are under contractual agreement that I can't talk about with this because we're working with a local company to do it. But yeah. Logo's cute, but to each their own. Look forward to new art. Yeah, so Tim's doing a better logo. Tim's doing a better logo. Like, I like the way that the AI art has come up with the product images. I want to do something like that. Like, keep the idea of them looking like a bound book and stuff like that, but just take that to the next level. So that's something we're working on. Coffee acquired, very cool stuff. Thank you. Fiction ordered just before the F1. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. So Prime says 2 weeks £1 off and 8 weeks £1.50 off. Is that correct? That could be an issue on my end. I'm sure I changed that. Hold on, give me a second. I can't share this bit on screen, but let me have a look at that. Let me have a look at that. because I could have sworn that this. I only set this up just before the stream, like the actual amounts. Let me have a look. You are right. It's the wrong way around. You are right, good sir. That's now fixed. It might take a few minutes for the website to update, but that has been updated. Thank you, Rue. Good spot. Good spot. Fiction Blend is excellent. Yeah. So we actually did a little mini meetup in January here for PT customers in Leeds for SBC members. That's Twitch subscriber members who bought a JO2. And I gave everyone a free packet of this coffee because we were just kind of in the process of starting the website, coming up with the art design, coming up with the idea, and we had a load of the coffee left over. So I gave everyone a packet of the coffee. So yeah, it's just a really, really cool thing. No, you are absolutely right, Rue. It was supposed to be the other way around. I don't know how I missed that. I probably just put them in wrong because I was putting them the other way around. It is now fixed. I can see it on the website. It's now live and fixed. Is there any free shipping from prototypist to Saudi Arabia for over £400? No. The issue with shipping to Saudi Arabia is it's really expensive, and broadly, if we do free shipping, it has to be like a 10% discount because that's like the maximum we can do. So for UK customers, we do it for over 50 quid because it's about £5 for free shipping. For EU customers, it's about 15 quid to ship, so we do 150 quid. For US customers, it's about £25 to ship there, so we do it for orders over 250 quid. The issue with the Saudi Arabia and places like that to do free shipping, the cost is so different from one place to the next. Like if we look at it like in like two different cities in SEA, the cost to ship there can be so different. Like it can just be massively different, and that makes it really difficult for us to be able to offer a free shipping there. Unfortunately, I'm really sorry about that. I apologize. Fiction Blend was tasty. 1 kilogram of sci-fi ordered. Officially now the beans. I'll be taking holiday. Dude, thank you so much, guys. Only offering whole beans at the moment, Anonymous Biker. We will be offering ground beans at some point in the future. We just need to figure out the best way to grind these beans before we ship them. There's something we're working on there. That's an option that we're looking at. So I hope that works well for you guys. So I'm just really, really excited to finally have the coffee launched and have the website available and open. I can see that quite a few people have made orders. So thank you very much for that. I really, really appreciate it. And if any of you join subs, good on you. I really appreciate it. Any chance of there being more details on the coffees and the blends, e.g. varietals, regions and farmers? Just asking as it's info I'm used to having, but totally get if it's not something you can get or share. So we have all that information. The issue is still contractual. There are certain things that we can share right now and certain things that we haven't hashed out the details for to share. Bear in mind that this website is very much like beta. It's like not even version 1 yet, and you guys are basically just coming in at the ground floor and getting early access to it. There's stuff like that we will be able to share. We just don't necessarily have the correct contractual agreement to share that information yet. So it will come. It's just a time thing. The other thing we are going to do as well is we're going to do some single origin roasts, but they're going to come on and off the site as kind of like a special edition. So they'll drop onto the site, be a special edition, and then drop off the site a couple of weeks later as we run out of the actual ground coffee or the beans of the coffee, depending how we're selling it as well. So yeah. Which blend would you recommend for a mocha pot? I think the Fiction Blend is the perfect place to start for a mocha pot. It just comes out really well. I think if you're going to do like a French press, I'd probably look at the classic one. I feel like that's the way it would go for those. But there is pour over recipes which you can modify for a mocha pot based on your taste preferences as well. So yeah, that's what I'd recommend. Yeah, I had the classics blend yesterday at breakfast through a French press, and I discovered a whole new series of tasting notes on it that I just wasn't even aware of. I could just, yeah, it was really good. I was really, really happy with it. So, and then the final side of this is we will be setting up a small area of the PT Discord as the Jay's Roastery part. So the bit that's now coffee, we're just going to rebrand that a little bit, and we're going to have some things on there where we can have some commands for the coffee and stuff. So that's going to happen. Any chance of some instant coffee in the future? No, but I might sell you an AeroPress and then you can make some really tasty coffee at home. Really good coffee. If you've only ever had instant coffee and you've never had, come to PT and I'll make you one. Come to PT and I'll make you a coffee. Yeah. Bruh. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay, so that's that. I think that's everything I wanted to share on the browser stuff, so I can kind of get rid of that now. The coffee channel is basically the latte art channel. Right now it is, yeah, but I want it to become like the Jay's Roastery channel. Not because I want to have like I don't want to have another Discord server just for like the separate company, because this is a separate company in its own right, and that's kind of like a whole thing as well. So yeah. But we are looking at doing like things like AeroPress and stuff like that. It'll be in the future. I don't have dates or times for this yet because there's a lot of considerations around VAT. So coffee beans whole are VAT free, so we don't need to register this business for VAT unless we hit 85 grand a year in revenue, and obviously right now we're way below that. If we do register it for VAT, then coffee won't have any VAT added onto it, but other items such as an AeroPress might have VAT on. In fact, they would, because it's a thing that has VAT on it, unfortunately. So same with like services. If we do ground coffee, this is the reason why I haven't done it right now. If we do ground coffee, we're adding a service to the coffee, therefore ground coffee is not VAT free. Go figure, but that's just the way it is. Yeah. So this is why we're only whole beans, and this is why it's only in beta right now, and it's why you guys are getting early access, because you guys, if anyone's going to break the site, it's going to be you guys. So let's just see how it goes. But I'm going to be putting an announcement up tomorrow where we open it up to the site and everything else. But if you want to buy some Jay's Roastery coffee, I can guarantee you won't be disappointed with it. Like if you like, seriously, if you're watching the stream right now and you buy it and you don't like it, I'll send you another bag for free. There you go. That's my promise to you guys. But I'll come back and check if you were watching on the stream. I will. How many orders so far? I don't have a running count. Like maybe 20 or something like that. I don't know. Cool. Okay, so that's coffee done. That's Norbauer stabilizers done. PT news is done. I think it's now time to build a keyboard, right? That's how we do this. We've been streaming for an hour and we haven't even built the keyboard yet. I haven't even shown you the keyboard yet. Let's go into the build stream. So we are building a keyboard today. I'm just going to finish this coffee first. Okay. You guys do have a choice to make. I'm hoping one of the mods is around, because you guys need to pick up switches and pick the switches that we're going to put in the build today. And I did give the mods details of what we might need in a poll, but I have effectively 2 switches for you to be able to pick from today. We have some Gatoron Irenes, which will work for this. Or alternatively, we have some SP Star Meteor White switches. These came to me through a big purchase of other items, and they just happened to drop in here. So we're going to put up a poll. I don't know if one of the mods is doing it. I hope they are. If not, I'll do it in a second. But if you guys have got any questions about the coffee, if you guys have got any questions about the stabilizers, if you guys have got any questions at all for me in general about, I don't know, mechanical engineering or whatever else you're interested in, just ask away. Switch witches. Oh, I love. Who came up with that? I love that. Switch witches. I love it. Yeah, get your votes in now for whichever switches you'd like to see, guys. I've dropped a vote in there as well. But yeah, if you've got any questions for me about anything that we've talked about so far today, or anything in general, like, I don't know, like the coffee stuff, like what machines do I have, or what beans do I use, or, you know, I can put you on this website now, yes. You know, all that kind of stuff, like, just let me know, because I like to answer questions as well. One of the best things about streaming is being able to, like, interact with you guys and answer your questions. If you've got any comments on, like, the Norbauer situation with the stabilizers, or if you've got any comments on, I don't know, anything like the production of keyboards or group buys. We did like a group buy breakdown from a profits perspective the other week. If you guys have got any kind of questions like that, please just do tag me and ask your questions away, because I'm more than happy to answer them, and I'll be incredibly open. You do that every week? You do the Switch Witches every week? I've never seen that before, or if I have, I've just never noticed. When might we be able to order the Neo 80 again? We're working at the moment on a series of pre-orders for Neo products again. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop a load of pre-orders all at the same time for basically every Neo keyboard that we can offer. We're going to do that in line with the Neo Ergo drop, I think. So that's not too far away. I don't have a date for you off the top of my head, but it's not going to be too far away. We'll also have some Neo 80s when the previous batch arrives. So the last batch of Neo 80s is on the way to us right now, I think. And when it gets here, we'll have some extras that will be sold in stock and on the shelf. But we'll also have a pre-order open if we don't have the configuration you want in stock, so you'll be able to pre-order. Neo Ergo looking really. Neo Ergo looks so good. I'm so excited to get one of those. So yeah. Okay, so you guys are so far voting for the Meteor White switches, but let me know how that goes. What's a good start coffee machine so I can get some beans? I did some research a while ago and I was thinking get a Sage Bambino Plus. Excuse me, my coffee's repeating me. Neodoid, what is your budget? That's the first start off with coffee machines. What's your budget? And do you want one machine that does the beans to the cup, or do you want a grinder and a coffee machine? Which is the best way? You built a 3D printed 7-segment display yet? No, so I haven't built those yet because I'm still printing out the parts. I'm actually on print 4 of 7, finished just before the stream today, and then I'm going to set the next print going overnight, and I'll do the next print tomorrow during the day. So by the end of tomorrow, I'll have another 2 prints done. So yeah, so I'm printing out all 4 7-segment displays before I actually build them, Gouty, rather than doing one at a time like Tom did. And I'm just not here next to the machine often enough to kind of like keep it repeating. As soon as it finishes, put the new one on, because it's like, you know, a couple of minutes drive from my house, and I don't really want to come when I don't have to. Right, we're building with meteorite whites. Nice. So yeah, so that's the plan with that. It's going to be a little while until we're ready to build it, but I'll probably build it on stream, to be honest, because it's pretty cool. All in budget though. Nice. So I get to buy 2 things on the same day. I've got you. See, I mainly use long poles in my boards, and I've always had some trouble with the caps rattling on the stabs because of the long poles. Any advice for a quick fix? The quickest fix is to use long pole stabilizers. I think that's a bit of a sticking plaster. If I'm completely honest, the rattle when you're using long pole stabs, when you're using the idea when you're using a long pole switch, shouldn't rattle on the keycap, but the stabilizers themselves might rattle because they'll bottom out at a different time, or they won't bottom out. So the only fix for that is lube, or to use long pole stabs that are accommodating for the difference in length of the pole inside the switch. That will probably fix your issues. It's the only current way to fix that issue, other than heavy lube. So yeah. Are you lucky enough to be blessed with good water for coffee, or do you make your own? So here at the workshop, we have terrible water. We actually have like a full end-to-end filter setup from the water mains into the coffee machine. So we use a Londinium hand pull lever espresso machine here. It's an L1. And we have like a full water filter setup underneath the coffee machine behind the counter, and that then strips the water back so it's pure water, and then we re-input certain minerals to make it actually really good for coffee. So we do make a banging coffee here, if I'm completely honest. It's really good. So yeah, pour over is safe and cheap way to get better coffee. Pour over is a great opportunity. Personally, I'm an espresso snob these days, but yeah. Sage Barista Pro has been my go-to coffee machine lately. The Barista Pro is a great machine. Like, we had one here at the workshop for 18 months before we went to another bean cup machine, and then we went to a proper grinder and thingy setup later on. So yeah. Oh, those are stock switches. I don't want the stock ones, we want the lube ones. Let's get these out. Just going to put them to one side, and we'll use those later. So yeah, right, let's flick over to the other camera, and then we'll start to unpack forward. So today we are building this hot swap ISO, so I have a hot swap ISO PCB here. And this is what we're going to be using today. I'm going to need some cutters, if they're to hand, just to give this a snip. Sage Barista Pro, yeah, we talked about it. I haven't bought any of the recent budget boards despite being tempted a lot of times. I think I'm going to have to cave for the Neo Ergo. It does look really good. This is the PCB we're going to be using today, guys. It's hot swap ISO. We just need to put stabilizers in and then switches. First thing we need to do though is break off the top board and the bottom board. So we're just going to do that. These are nice and simple. You just want to bend them until they snap and then they come loose. And you just want to do that at each point. These are really, really good because they protect the USB port in shipment. Big fan of them. How deep do you want your coffee rabbit hole to go? Well, if you're anything like me, you'll end up running a company with it. Like 350 to 450 max. I don't mind if it's one or two machines. At that kind of budget, you're looking at a single bean to cup machine. The Sage models in that price range will be really, really good for what you're looking for, and there'll be a fantastic introduction to coffee for a couple of years. 100%, I don't think you can go wrong with that. So there we go. Looking good. I do love the designs on these PCBs. They're just so cool. This kind of whole biomechanical kind of feel to them is really cool. Huge fan. Today I learned there's a water rabbit hole. There absolutely is, like... So, as I say, we have a complete carbon filter setup that filters all of the badness out of the water, and then we have like a reintroducer which introduces new minerals into the water, depending on the flow rate and stuff. So yeah, absolutely there is a water rabbit hole. Yeah, these are some great PCBs. Buying PCBs super cool looking. Yeah, un-ANSI. it is un-ANSI today. Yeah. Is this something you're going to be stocking, Jay? The Gehirn? Yeah, so we've already sold Gehirn once, and we're going to have it again. Yeah, I'm just waiting for Manu to let us know numbers and things like that, which he was looking at last week. So yeah. So yeah. What board is it on your desk? Sorry if this has been asked already. This is a 1-of-1 TGR Koala with the PT logo on it. This was made by TGR and MaxF directly for us. So this is an etched of our company logo. And it has a really nice big copper weight on the base. So yeah. Lavender switches. And it's wearing Jim K Analog Dreams. And it's my daily driver. Although I do switch out for the Matrix board under here if I need a numpad, because it has a matching numpad. That's just a Matrix 2.0 ad Christmas edition. And I keep some spare cables here so I can connect them and stuff. So that tends to come out when I need to do Excel work and things. So yeah. Cool. Okay, right. So next job is to get some stabilizers, which means I need to get my stabilizer box out. And we need to pick some stabilizers here. As you can see, I have a few stabilizers. Okay. What do we need for this? We need backspace, ISO enter, and spacebar. So we only need 3. I'm wondering if I have enough QMX here, because I really like the QMX stabilizers. 1, 2, 3. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it for some gold wires. 1, 2 gold wires. I need a 7 new gold spacebar wire now, which should be in here. And there we go. Okay, let's take the wires out of these. Right there. Backspace, ISO enter. We'll split left shift. We'll split right shift. Yeah, 3 stabilizers. Perfect. Now we're going to split right shift. Wait, does it support split right shift? Let's double check this actually. Does it support split right shift? Yeah, we can split right shift. We can split right shift here. Cool. QMX stubs are great, but the wires feel a bit unfinished. Yeah, that's the slight downside to them. I don't dislike the wires, but I do think that there are better wires on the market. Yeah, I'm only splitting it today because I want to use QMX stabilizers, and I don't want to go and get another box, and that's all of the stabilizers I have. And this is a hot swap board, so we can change it really easy if we need to later on down the line. Does the plate support split right shift? Tob asking the great questions here. The greatest questions of all time. Let's double check. I'm pretty sure it does. Let's double check. Let's double check the keyboard and make sure we can actually build it the way we want. Oh no, it doesn't. The plate's fixed ANSI. The plate is fixed ANSI. We're building this ANSI today, boys and girls. Build it plateless. Can this be built plateless? I don't think it can it? Pretty sure this can't be built plateless. Okay, So, pack up and go home. No, we're going to build the board anyway. It's fine. I'll get an ISO plate later. We might have one in the workshop somewhere. We'll need the fee. Let's get the board out first anyway. Let's do the... We've started, so we'll finish. Snip, snip. 100%, right? We'll just make a plate. If the plate file's available, I'll make a POM one. Okay, so this is the board anyway. The first thing I'm going to do is open this up, and then we'll loop the stabilizers, because we're going to have to change the stabilizer options now. An ISO build's very nice visually. I'm sorry, I wanted to make it ISO just for you. Unfortunately, the plate has decided that we can't do that. So I apologize, but we're gonna get this done. We'll make an ISO plate in POM on the laser at some point in the next week or so. Right, okay, so that's the board. Right, back to the stabilizer drawing board then. So I need another stabilizer now, because now we have to do... Now we need backspace, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, now we need 5, so I need 2 more stabilizers. And I don't think I've got a pack of QMX that I can use to hand. Let's have a look, see if there are any more QMX stabilizers in here. I don't think there is, which means that we're probably going to have to use these ones, which are just some nice black screw-in ones. These are old cherry screw-in ones. So we need 1 for the space bar. 1 for backspace. 1 for ANSI, enter. We need 1 for left shift. And we need 1 for right shift. Oh my god. This is why I don't like ANSI builds. Too many stabilizers needed. Let's get a packet of screws out. That should give us enough. And we can put all of these back. There we go. There's no coffee to caffeinate. No, I've run out of coffee for now, but I do have some juice. So I can hydrate. If I can't caffeinate, I can hydrate. So there we go. Right, okay, let's get these stabilizers built. And then we can put them in the PCB. Where did I put the PCB? This is where I put the PCB. Okay. Back in the case. Never mind. I put it to the side of the case. Don't forget, guys, you can get 30% off GMK Panda, GMK Classica, and GMK Agent 01 until the end of the stream. That's using the code STREAMDISCOUNT0505 for today's date, 5th of May. If you are interested, of course. Okay, so this PCB is now blue, but it's the ANSI version. So that's what we're going to use. And don't forget, guys, you can go to jaysroastery.co.uk and pick up some coffee from our beta testing website as well if you are interested in that. There's going to be a bit of a formal announcement tomorrow on that as well, so watch out for it on the Discord server. And I'm going to be changing some channel stuff on the server as well. But I'm pretty excited to share that with you. Because even if I do say so myself, it is really, really, really good coffee. Like, it's outstanding coffee. Okay, so let's get these stabilizers done. All I'm going to do is just insert the sliders inside the housings and just get these to one side. And then as we lube up the wires, we can then lube the housings later once they're all assembled. Again, guys, don't forget, if you've got any questions for me, just tag me at jprototypist and ask away. It can be about any topic. I'll try and give you an answer. We will be using a 7U spacebar today, yes. I nearly always use 7U spacebars because I just prefer it, especially on wing keyless boards. Is it a dinosaur riding a shark? Good coffee? It's better. It's way better. 100% way better. So you don't have to do 7U for Wing Keyless. There are other alternative layouts depending on the way that Wing Keyless is implemented. There is such a thing called China Wing Keyless, which is an awful name that offers a 6U spacebar on it. But for most people, yeah, 7U will nearly always be the de facto standard for a Wing Keyless board. Okay, so we're just going to lube up the wires now, nice and gently. Don't put too much lube on, guys. It's always easy to add more lube later on if you need it than it is to remove it. So just bear that in mind. You like mine split? Yours split? Yeah. What's the coffee website? It's jaysroastery.co.uk, guys. And as I say, it is in beta right now. There you go. But it's basically, you've got early access to it today. Cipher spacebar size? Yeah. China Wing Keyless sounds like a collective description for victims of terrible circumcisions gone wrong. I mean, I get where you're coming from. I mean, that's not what it means, but it's just a different way of implementing a Wing Keyless, but with extra keys. So you end up with the Wing Keyless blockers, but you have smaller keys on either side, and the blockers can vary in size as well. There's like a couple of different implementations of China Wing Keyless I've seen. But yeah. Very good joke. It's new quadruple a website to order coffee. Yeah, okay. I need to fix the timer for that discount code. It's coming up way too often. So you saw it on the Navi first too? Yeah, like it's been around for a long time. But it's an interesting thing. It's not something I'm personally a fan of, but I know I can understand why people like it and appreciate it. Okay, what do you guys think of the closed captions as well? Are they working well? I'm sorry it's taken me so long to implement them, but I've kind of wanted to revamp a lot of the stream as well. Yeah, so Bosch, the previous round of Gehirn, if you ordered the ISO version, which I didn't, I just had one of the leftover ones. This was actually from a cancelled customer order, and then I bought it off the site. If you ordered the ISO ones, you got a universal plate that was that worked with UK ISO, worked with ISO layouts. So yeah, the plate is basically different depending on what PCB you ordered with the board. So yeah. Is Sangan a 7U bottom row? Yeah, so Sangan is basically the 7U bottom row with without Wing Keyless blockers. So if I remember correctly, Sangan was one of the earlier people in the hobby that came up with the idea for that layout and tried to popularize it based off of current existing molds for keys. Closed captions are really appreciated. Thank you for your accessible options. Yeah, I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. I actually really want to double down on the whole streaming thing because I absolutely adore streaming and sharing things with you guys. It's one of the highlights of my week is getting to stream. This is why I've started to stream a little bit more, and I want to do Tuesday and Thursday streams as well. Definitely Thursday streams every week, and maybe every other week, like a Tuesday one as well. And because of that, I've changed around a whole, if you look underneath the stream now, there's actually key buttons that take you to certain parts and stuff like that. Like the merchandise one will take you to the PT website, and we're going to do some more of those as well. I actually want to, if anyone's good with like overlays, like the squares and the stuff down at the bottom that you can see, like this bar down here. If anyone's good with that kind of stuff and could animate some of it for me and would like a little bit of work in exchange for some keyboard products, please do drop me a DM on Discord, because I'm looking to kind of like rehash the stream a little bit and make it a little bit different, a little bit more, a little even more accessible, and kind of like change it up a little bit, because we've had the same stuff for like 3 years now, and there's a load of stuff that's missing as well that I feel like would be really useful to have. So if anyone is good with that kind of graphic design stuff and wouldn't mind trading their services for some keyboard stuff, please do hit me up, because I'd be really interested to work with you on that, to come up with some ideas. So yeah, but I actually want to do a little bit more streaming. The way we've got work set up now with PT is that over the next few months I should have way more time, and while some of that time will be taken up with Jay's Roastery and some other business opportunities I'm looking at, this is kind of like my hobby now, is streaming. I think I really enjoy it. Like I've done it for like 7 years now. I can't tell you how much I enjoy it, because I just can't articulate it well enough. But I want to start doing more stuff like design streams and kind of like prototyping stuff. We used to do some maker streams back in the old workshop. I want to kind of bring those back, where we're using the laser cutter to make stuff and do that kind of thing as well. Maybe some kind of like implementation stuff, some project management kind of stuff, whatever you guys are interested in seeing, really. So I kind of want to rehash all of that. Oh, and the other thing as well is we brought in like the sub goals and stuff to try and like boost the stream or whatever. But the donations tab, any money that gets donated to the stream goes to Workshop Doggo. Like if any money comes in at all, it goes to Workshop Doggo. So if anyone ever donates, Workshop Doggo, that's where it goes to. Like the subs and bits and stuff that goes to the company, obviously. But any actual donations all goes to Workshop Doggo. Cool. You want to get a Wing-keyless version in the next drop? Yeah, that's cool. Wing-keyless is pretty nice. Oh, Wing-key, sorry. Did I read that wrong? Yeah, Wing-key. That PCB is lovely. Yeah, it is. I kind of wish the ISO one was the blue one. The solar one was red as well, which was nice. I think it was red. I'm sure it was red. I'll do it badly for a beige T9. I want someone who knows what they're doing. Sanga was a person, yeah. Yeah. Bit of old keyboard lore for you there. Back in OTD days on the old Korean forums. I guess Noble Hour stabs will be expensive. Would your design be on the expensive or accessible side? So it will depend on the marketing opportunity. Like if it actually does work the way I think it should work, then they will. It like depends on how we manufacture them, and it depends on the final design, because the final design will determine how it's manufactured. But there may be some cheap opportunities, and of course it's all about scale then as well. So as you'll know, Rue, like the economies of scale are orders of magnitude. But if I could get someone with some clout to actually do the manufacturing for me, rather than reuse a product that's already out there, then maybe we could look at it. Like if Jim K wanted to partner on that, I'm sure we could come up with something. Same with Norbauer though. Like the first thing I'll do is whatever I come up with, I'm going to go to Ryan and say, look, your design gave me this idea. This is what I think works. Here's the prototype 3D printed. What do you think? Because he's kind of like the expert now. And if Ryan hadn't come up with the ideas that he's come up with, I wouldn't have the ideas I've got to try and fix it again. My mistake, I didn't have to get an ISO plate cut, the included plate, because I chose PCB as compatible. The plate I got had no flex cuts. Ah, nice. Understood. Will we see Mel on stream again? That's entirely up to Mel. Like Mel's employed by PT to be here for certain hours a week. The streams are never during Mel's working hours. So that's entirely up to Mel. Like, like despite us having quite a few subs and everything else, and we appreciate all of your subs. 100% we appreciate them all. Like, that doesn't provide enough income for me to pay Mel for the extra hours she'd have to be if she wanted to be part of the streams. Like, it would cost me more than that to have her here. So that's entirely up to Mel if she wants to be here. Just need to decide on a colour now. Symbiote or N9. All of them have got limited quantities, so whatever colour you want, make a decision beforehand, and then when they go live, jump in there as quick as you can. And be prepared to have a second choice as well. So yeah. Honestly, I like green PCBs a lot. You don't see them much. Dude, green PCBs used to be the de facto standard. Although any PCBs that we produce for PT are always the same colour, and they're always pink. This is one of our in-house PCBs. So there you go. We make them pink. I like pink. What can I say? Okay, that's the stabilizers lubed up. We're going to now install these on the board. Matty DM says, Jay, how long have you been into each of your major hobbies, interests, and collections? Oh, gosh. What do you want to know about? Like, tell me the hobbies you're interested in. They were slightly too far for me to reach them, really. Like, do we pre-snap the PT60s before we send them out? No, the PT60s don't come with them, unfortunately, from the manufacturer. It was a failure on my part to specify that they should. So yeah, lesson learned there. The next batch should be. So Matty, let's say keyboards. Keyboards about 2014. My first group buy that I joined was for the SA run of Calm Depth back in 2014, I think it was. And my first GMK set was probably 2015 or 2016. That was Triumph Adler, which I think might have even been the first official kind of aftermarket GMK set. I can't remember. My keyboard knowledge is letting me down a little bit there, but it might have been. So yeah, that's that one. Cars, cars as long as I've been alive. Although I didn't pass my test until 2011 because I lived in a city centre and I didn't need to be able to drive until then. So I couldn't well, I could drive, but I didn't have a license to drive until 2011. But I've had cars even when I couldn't drive. My first car I inherited, and it was a rusted out Jensen Interceptor. And selling that actually paid for my driving lessons, and it also paid for my my first car as well, which was a really beat up Ford Mondeo. I wish I'd kept it in some ways because it'd be worth a lot more money now, and it'd be something that I'd like to have. But yeah, it was the right decision at the time to sell it. Since then, I've owned over 50 cars. I couldn't give you a full list off the top of my head, but it's definitely above 50 cars. Watches, ever since I've been a kid, really. I remember getting my first watch when I was about 14 that had like a chronograph on it, and it was only some cheap thing, but I've always liked watches. So back in like 2005, 2006, when I first started working properly after college, I bought myself an old vintage World War II Amiga, and that was my daily watch for a long time. It's actually behind me now. Watches I've been into forever. Playing cards, probably the last 10 or 12 years. I've collected decks of playing cards. Again, there must be 30 decks of playing cards on the unit behind me. Most of them are unopened because I don't actually use them, but I do have a bit of a thing for collecting cool playing cards, or cool designed playing cards. What other hobbies have I got? Pens. Ever since high school, I've always loved like fountain pens. I have like an extensive collection of really cheap fountain pens, like Park ones and things like that. I've got some nice expensive ones as well, but yeah, most of them are pretty cheap. But I do have a big thing for pens. I actually tend to use a brash chunky boy that I designed myself about 15 years ago and had made as a one-off. That's a pretty cool pen. It's very, very hefty. What other hobbies do I have? Tools. I've collected tools all my life. I actually have a thing for vintage tools as well, like vintage tools that still come in their boxes. yeah, I'm just a weird person like that, really. What else do I have collections of? Cars, keyboards, watches, Lego. I have a lot of Lego, but Lego's been a childhood thing. It's that failure to ever look into something in the arts of mechanical engineering. I really, really do wish I'd kind of looked into that a little bit more as a career opportunity when I was younger, but I never did. And that's something that kind of irks me a little bit sometimes. I wish I'd looked at it because I think I could have been quite good at that. I have a good idea for picturing something, and then my challenge these days is actually getting out of my head and onto paper in a way that's legible, understandable, and repeatable. But I'd love to do something like that. So yeah, I probably have more hobbies, but that's kind of the ones I can think of off the top of my head. I just dropped a screw. That's not good, because I'm going to need that screw in a minute. I might have to try and find another screw. See if I can find it on the floor or pick another screw up. I might have one in a drawer, actually. Making sure we'll be showcasing the board. Yeah, is that for the thing? The Neo Ergo, because it looks really, really good design. I'm pretty excited for it. Okay, let me see if I can find that screw really quickly. Where did it go? It has disappeared into the carpet, probably forever, but I should have. I should have a screw in here. This is like a junk tray, so let's try and find a screw. Let's try and find a screw. I just want you to jibber jabber about any of the hobbies you love talking about, the history of them. Dude, I could talk for hours about hobbies. Like, you're the type of person that should come to the workshop and just ask me questions whilst I work. Because if you like that kind of thing, then I'm the type of person who could talk your ear off. My wife is not that type of person. We have some pretty big disagreements at times about how much I tell her about stuff. And she purposefully never asks about any of my hobbies because she is terrified that I'm gonna get onto talking about them, and that she's not gonna get anything done that day. But yeah, the cars are probably my biggest hobby, but I want to make streaming my kind of new thing. Like, I know I've done it for a long time, and this isn't new to me to stream, but I kind of want to make a thing of it now, like make it actually part of my operational requirements and stuff, because I just think it can be useful to people and stuff like that. You ain't driven till you drove a Yugo. Yeah, you could drive, but you didn't have a license. Want to elaborate more on those? Yeah, like I physically knew how to drive. Like I could move a car around on private land. You don't need a license to drive a car here in the UK if it's on private land. So where my aunt and uncle lived when I was a kid, they had like a lot of land, so we kind of moved like the tractor around or the trailer around and stuff like that. Like I could physically move a car from A to B pretty easily. I could, use a manual gearbox and clutch control and all of that stuff before I ever sat in a car to do like a proper road test. Just because I didn't have a license didn't mean I couldn't drive. And I think that happens for a lot of people. So yeah, so I mean, what I had to do is I actually had to learn. So here in the UK, at least, a driving test doesn't teach you how to actually physically move a car particularly. What it's there to teach you is it's to teach you about how to use your mirrors, check you're safe on the road, follow the road regulations, follow the road signs, generally make sure you're safe and not an encumberment to human society by being on the road. That's kind of what a test is for here. So yeah, so I had to learn all of that because I couldn't do that, but I could physically move a car around, like driving a car, parking it up, putting it in a space, whatever else, towing something, not a problem. I just had to, physically learn how to follow road signs and mirror signal maneuver and all of that kind of stuff. That was all of it, really. Can you show the pen on stream? Yeah. This is my brass boyo. Camera, please. There you go. It's covered in patina because it's pretty old now. So there you go. That's my pen. So yeah. Fun fact, my dad, a classic car mechanic, destroyed a Jensen Inceptor. He was road testing another mechanic's work and the throttle stuck open. Dangerous. Like, I'd love one these days, but it's not really my kind of car, to be quite honest with you. But I do enjoy them. I do think they're cool. Oh wait, is that Torx? Yeah, sorry. Help if I use the right screwdriver. Just need to figure out what size that is. Not that size. There we go. That's the size we need. So these, if you haven't seen these guys, these bolts actually go in diagonally into the case here. This is the Bion bolt system, but it means you can have access to screw them in between switches without needing to do like vertical. There it is, like vertical screws. I'll show you that a little bit more when we've got the case opened. But like the angle I've got the case at now, that's the screw coming straight up, as you can tell from the screwdriver. Lego gang, let's go. Yeah. All I really collect is just a couple of mech pencils. I say collect because I bought them and never fully in, just because I liked it. Dude, yeah, I like things. No Pogs. Dude, I actually, so yeah, Pogs. Like, I have like full collections of all of the original series of Pogs. One of the things that I actually bought to do on stream years and years and years ago, which we could probably bring in actually, was to do like I bought a full brand new set of unopened Pogs. Let me get it. Give me 1 second. I think it's just here. So this isn't the original 90s set, this is like a 2005 set, but I bought a full box, a full retail box of packets of Pogs. This does open somehow. And what my plan was to open one each week on stream and see if we could get the full collection. And I just never got around to it. This box has kind of been sat in my in the workshop for 3 years, something like that. But if you'd like to do this, use the JPOG emote and see if we can open one of these every stream, and we can see if we can get the whole collection. If you'd like to see this, and I'll talk about, if you do want to see this, we'll do it at the end of every stream. Just put the JPOG emoji in chat, and if there's enough of them, and it looks like there's enough of them, then we'll 100% start doing that later on. Yeah, the coffee announcement's already been. It's jaysroastery.co.uk. You can actually buy the coffee now. This is my coffee from my new company, making coffee, which is great, and I'm super proud of it. So yeah. Okay. Well, keep the Pog emojis coming, because like if there's enough of them, I'll decide to do it. Anyway, whilst we're looking at that, so here you can see the screw hole here where my finger is. This is one of the Bion bolt systems. So basically what it does is it puts the screw through at a 45-degree angle, and as the screw comes through at a 45-degree angle, there's like a wedge that moves from the bottom case into the top case to allow the screw to hold onto it. And this is really, really clever. This is the 45-degree wedge that sits into the top case and the screw holds in there. This is really, really clever, because if you wanted to do a screwless case design like this, but you wanted to put the screws in vertically, you have to have a tab that comes off the top case, put the screw through. And even if you use an M2 screw, the plate is too thick between the switches. The gap between the two switches isn't wide enough for an M2 screw head. So you have to take the switches out, or do the switches later or whatever, or use really thin, tiny screws that don't really work. This prevents that because it goes at a 45-degree angle. It's just a changed, disruptive way of thinking, but it makes a huge difference, and I'm all there for it. Got a fiction blend coming? Nice, well done, sir. Well done. Love Typist blend. So these aren't the same as Typist brew coffees. We have changed them. These are completely new. I was drinking the fiction blend earlier on stream today. It's my favorite. Well, it's one of my favorite coffees ever. And that would be a really good starter coffee for most people. Like that's already for sale, as a lot of coffee shops in the local areas. House Coffee is the fiction blend. So yeah. Bion's the goat for that stuff. Yeah, so dot ed. This prevents that issue that you're talking about there, because the screws go in diagonally. You don't need to worry. Like, that's the angle the screws go in. You don't need to worry. You can see them here. Look, the screws go into these little tabs like this here, like that there. But they go in diagonally, so you don't need to worry about the head of the screw interfering with the switches, and you'll be able to see that when I put the board back together. Okay, time to take out the plate, and then we can start to put the board together. A slightly different screw for this. It's very, very clever. Hey Mod Musings, glad to see you, man. It's a very, very clever design. I'm really, really glad that you guys are excited about the coffee shop, because, like, I'm so excited to finally launch the coffee. It's like been such a big thing for me for so long that it was like, originally the plan was, let's pause for a minute because I want to talk about this. The plan was for the hold on, I've closed down the website now, I think. Oh no, there it is. The plan was for the coffee shop, like to the coffee website, was to launch this like last October, and it kind of didn't happen for a number of different reasons. Like, there was just a little bit of a delay in getting it going, and then Mel had to take some time off, so my time at PT was kind of massively undertaken with keyboard stuff, and there was just 1,001 things that happened. But ultimately, the coffee shop is now live. You can physically use the website. It's very much a beta website right now. It is not the finalized product. The logos are going to change. The artwork is going to change. Lots of it is going to change. Pricing might change slightly, but it's functional and it works. And you guys are testing it for me, which is really, really kind of you. The coffee will ship out literally within a couple of days' time. We can't ship tomorrow because it's a bank holiday, but from Tuesday onwards, if you order today, it'll go out on Tuesday. Like, this coffee is literally being roasted over this weekend. The local roastery that we use to actually roast the coffee for our particular blends is working this weekend in preparation for this announcement. So it's just really, really cool, and I'm really, really excited to share it with you guys, because it's such a big part of my life and I want to share it. It's such a big hobby for me, and there's like loads of cool little things on the website that do work. Like right now, this will update, this bit here, and this second black bar will update depending on what the roasters are actually roasting that particular time. So if we're roasting all of the blends, it'll say all blends. If some of them are just in stock and we're waiting until the stock reduces before we roast more, or until it goes off before we roast more, it'll show just what is roasting. We're going to do some single blend stuff later on in the year, and we're going to introduce EU and US shipping, well, worldwide shipping in the next couple of weeks. I just need to figure out some stuff on that. But yeah, like, we've got the whole history of it, the tasting notes for each one, how to brew it as well for espresso or pour over. Like, we've got full recipes on there. I'm so excited about this. I'm so excited about this. I'm just so happy I can share it with you guys finally. Okay, so I've taken the plate out whilst we were showing the website a little bit. Yeah, it's a really clever system. Like, it's just a piece about their thinking on the diagonal screws that Bion is renowned for. So yeah, super happy to see him bring that out. Do the coffee purchases ping your Vesta board? No, not yet. But one of the things I'm actually playing around with is we've used a series of different integrations previously for PT, and I've just started to move over to Zapier, like literally earlier on today. So like, if we get a sale on our PT website, that will now post on the Vesta board, and I'm working out on some other stuff as well. This is because if you're an SPC member, I want to be able to link your prototypist account to the Discord, because SPC, that's a Twitch subscribers, which you can see the sub goal down below. If you're a Twitch subscriber, you get access to the SPC channel on Discord, but I also want to be able to give SPC members like discounts on the website and access to early things and access to one-offs and stuff, just as a thank you for being subscribers. So that's kind of like the first step. So if you're a new subscriber, don't forget to look in the pins in the SPC announcements on the Discord server for the form to fill out to get yourself access to all of those. But at some point, Zapier is going to automate that for me. I just need to figure out how to do it. And like, there's a few different things that I want to do on here as well, which is why you'll see this one update Google Sheets with the Twitch subscriber changes, so I can validate who is and who isn't a Twitch subscriber at any given time. So yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. But yeah, let's hide that. So they don't ping the Vesta board yet, but purchases on PT Prototypist absolutely do ping the Vesta board, and I've just like created that on Zapier a couple of hours ago, and I'm moving off the old. We used to use Arigato, but we're moving away from that because Zapier just offers more functionality for more things. What's up, nerd? Singapore, hey man, good to see you. Thanks so much for being here. If your coffee business really takes off, do we have to worry that you won't have as much time for PT? Nimble Machine, no. So like, if the coffee takes off, I can hire someone to run that for me. I spend like 120 hours here at PT every week, and behind the scenes, some of that has been setting up the coffee company over the past year. And a lot of my time is dedicated to that. But PT is very, very good at running pretty much automated. My role here at PT is pretty limited, really, in terms of what I do. So Mel does probably 60-70% of the packing of orders. I only pack orders on days when Mel isn't in, which is Tuesdays really. Mel works Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And we have, like, my history from before I worked at PT was in project management. So we have a series of really, really good controls and processes in place to manage things like orders, to manage things like production, to manage like basically every process flow that we could have. We have it all documented, we have it all mapped out, we have like processes in place, so as soon as products arrive, it all follows the same process. And that means that we can do a lot more work with fewer employees. Like there are companies out there that I've seen in the past and who work today in the keyboard hobby that need way more employees to do what we do at the same level, the same scale, because we have really good processes in place. And like, that's one thing I really pride myself on, is being able to strip back processes to the bare minimum, to be really lean and to make sure they're implemented properly and correctly to provide the best possible level of service for customers. And I think it's something we do really, really well here at PT. Like we can achieve with a team of 4 what other businesses need a team of 10 or 20 to achieve. That's because we do automate some things, we do utilize technologies, we do make sure that things have set processes, controls and procedures in place. And yeah, like we just work really, really hard as well. But my time is taken up for a lot of PT stuff. It's not with the general day-to-day stuff, so I don't do much in terms of creating product listings anymore. Like Sharon manages 95% of that now. She handles all of the communication with designers. Apart from the initial contact, I'll do the kind of initial contact, agree designer rates and all that kind of stuff, and agree that we'll actually run the product. Sharon will then manage the whole case of literally creating the product listings, managing the stock control, managing the inventory, ordering that correctly, making sure that I pay the invoices. The only other thing I do is pay invoices really, because I'm the only one with access to the company accounts with the accountants. Sharon manages a lot of the bookkeeping as well. Sharon works 4 days a week, so she manages a lot of that process and making sure everything that's ordered. And then her and Mel have like a handoff approach when things are going to be delivered. So Sharon will say, X products are going to be delivered, Mel, this is what you need to do to prepare. So this is how many sets you need if it's a gym case, for example. This is how many base kits you need. This is how many child kits you need to be able to fulfill all of the orders. Mel will then is very well practiced in getting all of the orders ready, shipping those out and all of that kind of stuff. So we have a whole series of processes in place, and my role basically at PT is to manage that, create priority lists of what needs to be done and when, put a hand in whenever I need to, agree new stuff with designers, make sure all payments are made and on time and on target, new business acquisition, technology stuff, so the website falls into my remit and all that kind of stuff. But basically, like, the idea is that over time, my time will become less needed at PT, and I'll be able to do things like stream more, and I'll be able to do things like make stuff again, because I want to get back to doing that kind of stuff. I absolutely want to start using the laser again to make plates and stuff like that. I'm hoping that can turn on the next couple of weeks. I want to investigate new opportunities for both PT and other business opportunities. I don't want to be tied to like one thing. One of the big things I do believe in is setting out themes for years. So a good friend of mine, Mike, you might know him from the podcast he does with CGP Grey. He has this thing with CGP Grey where they do like a yearly theme, and I absolutely take that to heart for both myself and from a business perspective. So the business has themes each year. Last year was a theme of the year of growth, and this year is a little bit different, and I'm not going to share this until it's after the year, but I have personal ones as well. And one of my personal ones is, how do I prevent myself having to go back to a day job? I am very acutely aware that at some point keyboards will not be a paying and viable business anymore for full-time work. And that might happen tomorrow, it might happen in 5 years, it might happen in 10 years, I don't know. But my key for this year is to figure out a way to make sure that I don't have to go back to a corporate role where I work in project management. I could absolutely do it, and I used to love what I did for a long time, or I thought I did. But the more I look at the consequences of me having to go back and doing that, the more I dislike it. Adam, thank you so much for the subscription. So my plan for this year, my goal for this year, my theme of this year is to create additional opportunities to make sure I don't have to do that. So the first thing off the chopping block of that, off the starter board of that, out of the block, sorry, is the coffee company. So that's now live. It's a registered business. It's completely legitimate. We are fully carbon neutral and totally sustainable, both at Prototypist and at Jay's Roastery. We can utilize a lot of the same processes we use for making sure stuff happens in the kind of correct way and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's just so I don't think that you're at risk of that. No, that's a really long-winded way to say no. I set myself up with opportunities, and whether those opportunities pan out or not, it's not going to impact my day-to-day business. It's not going to impact the company. And if something did impact the company, it would stop immediately. Like if I thought that me chasing some new sort or pursuing some sort of new endeavor would impact delivery times at PT, it wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't. I just stop doing it instantly like that. Mod Musings, it's happening. Congrats. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Funnily enough, actually, your logo is on my backlog, Mod Musings. So so I'm working with Tim and Mod Musings. Like I hope you don't mind this. So let me show you this. So on the website right now, we have a logo, and one of the things on my backlog is to fix this logo on the website because I don't like it. Like, can I show you that in a new tab? Will that load a little bit bigger? Open image in new tab. So this is the logo. I don't like it. It's fine, but it's not what I want. So on our Notion for Jay's Roastery, we actually have like a whole list of design ideas that we're looking at and things that we're working through as the actual final logo, and your logo is one of the ones for the inspiration on there. I hope you don't mind, but like it's not about the text on this one. For me, I just love this design here. This piece here, it's so clever and so cool. Like for the Mod Musings logo, big fan. Oh, there we go, got it big there. This part here on the left hand side, I absolutely adore this, and I think it's just a really clever implementation, and that's the kind of thing that we're looking at. There's some playing around with text and stuff on there as well anyway, but that's all stuff that's going to happen later. It's like a later down the line kind of thing. So yeah, that's that. The second you announce EU shipping, I'll grab a bag. I'm hoping it won't be too far away. I'm hoping it'll be really soon. So yeah, I'm hoping Mod Musings doesn't upset me liking his logo. So yeah, great to hear about the plate cutting start again. Yeah, absolutely. That's absolutely something we want to do. So with being carbon neutral, what are you having to do daily to achieve it? Daily, not so much. Like a lot of it's in the setup and the preposition for how we're going to be carbon neutral for things. At PT, like it's production and then it's shipping. Those are the two big things. And what we do for that is any product you buy from PT, we offset the carbon production of that. So if it I don't know, like we have a rough idea. It's not exact and you'll never get it exact, but for most products we can say if it's a keycap, this is the carbon footprint that product has if its life cycle is for 5 years. So if that keycap set lasts for 5 years, this is the carbon footprint of that product per year. We can do the same for keyboards, we can do the same for a lot of other things as well. So what we do is we make sure that we offset that from a carbon footprint perspective. For things like packaging, we make sure that we use, up until recently, we used recycled cardboard boxes that were not bleached. Our tape was also recycled materials for the tape as well, and we used dyes that were environmentally friendly on the tape as well. So the black logo on the brown tape, that was environmentally friendly dye. None of it was bleached, which can really hurt the environment. So it's completely sustainable from that point, and it's all recyclable as well. recently, since we moved our contract to UPS, we asked them about their packaging. Their packaging is already produced completely carbon neutrally. Again, they have a series of offsetting and everything else, and it means that we can save money on production and we're not producing our own stuff when UPS are already producing boxes. So it reduces, again, carbon footprint of box production overall. That then enables us to look at other opportunities as well. So pretty much everything we do. Our electricity provider here at the workshop is a carbon neutral, renewables only resource that we use, and all sorts of stuff like that as well, even down to like the workwear that we have here. So the t-shirt that I'm wearing is I bought it to wear at PT. This is from a company called 10 Tree, and what 10 Tree do is for every single product you buy, they plant 10 trees. That's literally in the name. That's literally what they do. So we kind of work on a number of different facets to make sure we're carbon neutral. For the coffee, it's pretty much the same, making sure the supply chain's carbon neutral, offsetting shipping and stuff like that. Same for the production of the coffee, same for the roasting, same for the energy that's needed to do all of that as well. So that's all in hand. We already take care of it. Those are kind of considerations that you need to take up front before you start a business, because it's so hard to implement them afterwards. And PT has been carbon neutral since about 6 months after we first started. And I really should sing and dance about this a lot more than we do, because it is so important to me. But yeah, I feel like if I do, it's me trying to blow my own trumpet a little bit, and I don't want to be that person. So I try not to like shout about it too much. But yeah, that's it. If you think your brand identity is being copied by a new coffee company, consult a trademark attorney. Wait, what? /s. Wait, what? I don't think the brand has been copied. Did I say that? I don't remember saying that. Jay, doing all deliveries by bike. Sure. We can pretend that's true. If that will make you feel better, we can pretend that's true. I'm pretty sure I just bent that pin putting it in. I'm going to check that. Yeah, I did bend the pin. I feel like I must have upset Mod Musings, because since I mentioned his logo being part of the design inspiration behind Jay's Roastery's upcoming new logo, he's gone very silent. Oh, it was meant to be funny. Oh, sorry. I thought I'd said something that you'd assumed there was difference there. So Rue says, what are the non-monetary benefits of having more subscribers on Twitch? How much does the platform eat from the subscription price? So if you subscribe to us on Twitch, it depends on how you do it. There are two ways. You can either be a Twitch Prime subscription, or which gets me $1.80 per subscription. That's just how it works for every Twitch Prime subscription. So if you're an Amazon Prime customer, you get a free Twitch Prime subscription already. I get $1.80 for every single one of that before taxes. And before paying out costs and stuff like that. Like Twitch has a lot of fees for it costs like £5 for processing payments and stuff like that, or $5 or something. If you're a Twitch subscriber, I get 50% of the value of the cost. So if it costs you $5 to sub for the month, I will get £2.50, but it's minus the processing costs and minus some admin fees and stuff like that. So I think it works out about £2.35 for every £5 subscription that I make, and or PT makes. It all goes to PT. It's like an income stream for PT. So it's not necessarily massively monetarial. Like 200 subs a month will maybe generate, I don't know, because if you're from a different country as well, the subs prices are different. So that's only for UK subscribers. If you're a subscriber from, I don't know, Japan or China or the US or wherever, the actual prices and values vary differently. So realistically, I think 205 subscribers gives us an income of about £280 a month, something like that. It sounds like a lot of subscribers, and I genuinely appreciate all the effort. Is it a money-making gambit? Not really. But what it does allow me to do in terms of non-monetary, in terms of softer benefits instead of hard financial benefits, is have a group of people who are really invested in PT as a brand, or invested in me, or invested in Mel, or whoever, whatever. It offers us a really good opportunity to reach out to you guys and provide you with optional benefits as well. So you kind of become a cohort of customers in effect that we can then provide special functions to. So for example, when we did the JO2s, we did a special SPC edition JO2. You could only buy it if you were a Twitch subscriber, and that just allows us to give back more to the community in a different way. So yeah, if you want to support the staff here at PT, the best way to do it is leave a tip at checkout when you buy anything. That tip is then used for staff functions, it's used for staff meals. Every single day a member of staff is here at the workshop, apart from me. Like if I'm here on my own, it doesn't count, but if Mel's here or if Sharon's here, lunch is bought and paid for in full. That's the plan, and your Twitch subs go some way to providing that. Coffee is bought and paid for, biscuits are always available, all of that kind of stuff. Food and drink is not an issue while you work at PT, because either the tips pay for it, or if the tips don't pay for it, the subscribers here on the channel pay for it, and if that doesn't pay for it, I pay for it out of my pocket. So that's what we use it for. Any donations, if you donate via the donation link underneath, that all goes to Workshop Doggo. That will buy her new beds, it'll buy her treats, it'll buy her harnesses, it'll buy her leads, it'll pay for a new bed for her in the car, whatever the dog needs, whatever the dog wants, new toys, anything else. If you send a donation through, I think it's PayPal, that money all goes to Workshop Doggo. 100% of it goes to Workshop Doggo. And if you guys want to start seeing content of what you've bought, I'll take pictures and put it on Instagram. So yeah, so those are the non-monetary advantages. One of the things I've actually started to do today as well is link people who are SPC members, Twitch subscribers, to their Shopify accounts so that we can offer particular discounts to them as well automatically. So if you're an SPC member and we have a deal on for SPC members, you'll get to check out, and all of a sudden you might get 5% extra off your order because you're an SPC member. And we can do that automatically at checkout without having to make any issues or make any worries. So yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. That's what we're doing. Don't worry, it was. Maybe I just missed the joke. I apologize if I missed the joke. The one thing I hate in the F1 industry is the way that they don't recycle parts, etc. Yeah, we recycle everything. We actually pay two refuse companies different amounts of money, which is quite a lot, to recycle as much of our refuse as possible. So we have we have three bins outside, two blue ones, which is for all cardboard waste, which is fully recycled and it goes off to the recyclers, and the other one which is general waste, but what they do is they actually sort it for us at the other end. So any plastics are taken out and recycled, and then anything that has to go into landfill goes to landfill. It costs a small fortune, but it's absolutely worthwhile. So yeah, Blackbrook Redeem, show me favorite watch from the Winder, please. 100% I will show you a watch from the Winder at the end of the stream. Remind me at the end, Blackbrook, and I will show you something. 16 months of subs. Thank you, RL Keeps, for 16 months of subs. I thoroughly appreciate it. Thoroughly appreciate it. So yeah, so that's that, guys. If you've got any questions on it, on how we work PT or anything else, please do let me know and ask the questions. Okay, so this is the plate and PCB assembly done. All of the switches are now installed. Next job is to test this. So let's load it up via. I think this is in via, right? Okay, let's disconnect that one. And let's connect this one. Let's make sure everything works. Maybe this isn't a via PCB. Okay, let's try vial. I'll use whatever I can. No device is connected. Wait, what? Perhaps I need to... Right, okay. We'll just use switch hitter for now. I mean, the keyboard's working because I'm using it. Backspace isn't working, actually. There we go. Let's use switch here. Is that going to show? Do we not have one for switch here? I could have sworn we had switch. Let me just add switch here. Okay. Let me... Why will it not find it? There it is. Okay, so let's switch it. Let's test and see what we've got working. Oh wait, where did it go? There it is. So escape doesn't work. F1 does. Okay.
Tasty, tasty.
Oh, I think we just put it into a different mode there. Actually, let's try that again. Okay, the number row's not working. Got a whole row that doesn't work here. It feels like a lot of it's not working. Scroll lock keys hit. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe that'll help. Okay. It still seems like we have a very, very poorly working PCB here. Wow. Okay, so Y is probably an easy fix. This feels like a bent pin.
Tasty, tasty.
Tasty, tasty. Thank you so much, Rue, for the subscription. Tier 1, 3 months in advance. No, that's not a bent pin. We're having issues with this one, guys. There are no marks on the PCB. I wonder if this needs a firmware flash. Yeah, like this is really, really unusual that this isn't working. Let's try reset the EEPROM if that's the correct one for it. Yeah, just the whole row's not working, which is interesting. I think it's going to need a firmware update. Let's just assume it needs a firmware update, and we'll figure that out later. Think people have to flash it? Yeah. We'll figure that out later on. We'll do the flashing later on. Let's get the rest of the keyboard built and we can figure that out later on. The Y key is probably going to need some tweaking because it's not a bent pin and it ain't working. We'll figure it out. Right, okay, so the board's nice and easy to build from here, but we haven't had a look at the bottom case properly. So this is the case inside. Look how good the design is here for the eyes for the Gehirn, and that skull mouth as well. And then, of course, the base. This is quite possibly one of the coolest base designs I've seen. It's just such a good looking keyboard. Let's put the feet on first. The Y also part of the broken matrix. It could well be. It could well be. It's unusual that the rest of that row works. What we'll do is we'll get it flashed later on and we'll try and figure out the issue with it. Looks like a fossil. Absolutely, that's the whole point of it. Actually, Anarchy, this reminds me of something that you did on a PCB for your Iggy. This kind of whole look, which is very impressive. And that was a couple of years ago. So you were ahead of the curve, Anarchy, with that kind of design. The design inside is bonkers. Yeah. Yeah, so just let it be known that Anarchy did this like 3 years ago, maybe longer, maybe more. When was it, Anarchy? Tell me when it was. Oh, the thighs and the keyboard visible on the outside. I think it'd be quite cool if you had them here, but flush, like countersunk. Because all they do is they hold that kind of weight in, really. So it'd be really cool to have these on the underside of the keyboard constantly. I think that'd be really cool. Iggy will beat the meter June. Nice. Nice. We'll have to put them next to each other and see how it compares, maybe. Okay, so next job is to put the plate and PCB assembly back into the top case. And we're going to screw that down. So we're just going to line that up. And we use these nice silver screws to do that. You should do the force break mod to remove pinging from the case in case you haven't considered it. I like to just build the keyboard how they are, how the designers intended them. If we need to do like a force break mod or something like that, we can do it later on. We'll see. Watching this making me love the Gehirn more. Will there be any more chances to grab one? Yeah, there's a chance coming up pretty soon, and I'll make sure your PCBs don't have the issue that I have here. We'll get that sorted. Yeah, force break mod's fine, but I don't like doing something unless I have to. The only other keyboard that I thought really benefited from the force break mod was before the force break mod was even a thing, and that was the Matrix Noah. It's a pre-order, Froggy. It's all because of being un-ISO, I suppose. Maybe. Yeah. This is ultimately going to have GMK Nerve on it. So I don't know if you guys saw, but well, the Nerve group buy's finished now. I think you can actually join until Tuesday on our side. But these are the samples for the GMK Nerve, and look how cool that color came out. Like, as a GMK color, this is just so impressive. Like, GMK are oh, come on, camera, focus, please. There we go. GMK are struggling to get bright colors, but look how cool this yellow came out. Here it is next to some other GMK keys, so you can kind of see it next to some standard colors. Look how bright that thing is. Do you know what the turnaround is on the pre-order? I don't off the top of my head, but it'll be on the product listing. I'm not sure it'll be quick enough to get them for the meetup. I don't know. We'll see. Wish Nerve or High-Vis had ISO UK. Yeah, I get that. I get that a lot. I completely understand that. And there are opportunities that we're going to leverage with GMK in the future to make sure more sets do have like an international kit with UK ISO keys. It is something we're looking at. So I've been working with quite a few different designers to have a look at it. Right, okay, so now we're going to put the screws in. And as I said before, with most screwless boards, when you can't see the screws when it's assembled, you have to put the screws straight down in between switches. And it's a really tight gap. But here, look how you see the screw hole just here, look. See how it's at an angle? It means you can get the full screw head in even between the switches. So you don't need to worry about the fact that it's a screwless design, because you can just put the screw in right between the switches dead easily and just tighten it down, and that's in. You don't need to worry about it. Bion is not great with timings? Maybe. I mean, this is why we took over as like lead vendor for GMK Nerve and stuff like that. Some people are really good at designing things, but you know, maybe they're not good at other things. And timings and funding and things are kind of like specialist subjects, so. Had regular legends and icons? Maybe. I really am concerned that I've upset Mod Musings, you know. I expected a DM off him saying, you can't use my logo as this one inspiration. Because as soon as I mentioned that, he's disappeared from chat. The buy and refund issue seems sus. I'm not involved in that. Like, Bion's products that we offer, the only thing that Bion has access to is his royalties. That's it. We're not giving him money for production or anything else. That's not how we work. So from that perspective, any refund situations are with Bion themselves directly. So there we go. That goes in there. And this one goes here. Right, guys. This is the build as it looks right now. Aluminium plate. Wing keyless. Bion bolt design. USB all lined up nicely. Everything looking really good. What is this, Jay? New board in the works? No, this is the Gehirn from Bion. This isn't my design, but Singapore, we have the JO1 Final Edition coming soon, and we have the JO3 coming soon as well. Those are the next two PT branded boards, prototypist branded boards. And we also have a really secret project that's going to be at the UK meetup in June that I can't share details of yet, but uses some really rare components, which I'm really excited for as well. Will it look better in ISO? It will be ISO at some point soon. What a beauty. It's so hot is this. It's so lovely. Right, next job, guys, is you guys need to pick some keycaps for this. So I have 3 choices for you, and hopefully one of the mods is going to put up a poll so that you guys can pick. The first option we have is DMK Ghost. So there we go. The next option is GMK Mercury. And the third and final option is GMK Calm Depths. All kind of picked because they'll suit a silver board nicely. Those are the 3 options. One of the mods will have a poll up in a second for you to guys pick. And you'll be able to have a look at that. Have you ever looked at designing 65%? Yeah, the JR1 is 65% with exploded arrow keys and 2 macro columns on the left-hand side. So it is a 65% that's kind of extended. Right, the poll is up, guys. Vote for what keycap set you'd like to see. Get your votes in, and that's whatever you guys vote for is what we'll go for. Don't forget, guys, if we hit the subs goal today on stream before we finish the stream, we'll give away 3 GMK sets. Brand new ones in stock. You guys will get to pick from stock whatever you want, but we need to hit the 225 sub goal before we can do that. And we'll play marbles for it as well. Lodestone was also a 65%. Lodestone's pretty dead these days. I haven't spoken to Flex in probably a couple of years now. I hope he's doing okay. It's nothing like personally, we haven't fallen out. It's just been like we just haven't had a chance to connect, and I think both of us kind of like struggled with the challenges of the project, and we never got around to finishing it off. Maybe it's something we'll look at in the future, but it might be very different. Calm Depths, let's go. The Lodestone prototype is actually in one of these drawers here. This is the Lodestone prototype. It's actually fully magnet mounted. This isn't actually floating on magnets right here on this one now. You can see there. That's actually floating on magnets. So yeah. There was a new keyboard on Reddit recently with a magnetic top mount. Yeah, there was a keyboard quite recently that said that they were the first to have a magnet, magnet top case as well. I was like, nah, we've been doing it for like a year and a half now with the JO2. I think that's probably different in terms of the magnetic top mount though, yeah. Someone loves Ghost. Calm Depths is doing really well. Calm Depths is probably my choice out of this as well. Still love the colour of the Lodestone prototype. We want to do something else in it. But maybe not a keyboard, maybe something different. I really want a carbon plate for my V1 Zoom 65. We should be opening a carbon fiber group by soon, I think. Yeah, I don't have a date for that. I'll have to check in with Sharon when we're planning on doing that. So yeah. Is this rigged? It is, yeah. But whilst it's rigged, don't forget, guys, that you can take a look at Jay's Roastery and buy some of our new specialty coffees, because we have these ready to go and in stock right now. We're trying to shill. There we go. The other thing I probably should talk about as well is we do have a new group buy live as well. So this is on PT, and we've got the T9 group buy live. I built this on stream a couple of weeks ago. This is quite possibly one of my favorite looking keyboards ever. It is absolutely beautiful, and the retro design of it is just stunning. Calm Depths is one. Thank you guys, I appreciate that. Like, look at this thing, it's absolutely beautiful. I do have one in a drawer just behind me. Let me get that and show you. This thing is a real chunk. It is so heavy and so large, but if you like vintage style keyboards that weigh an absolute ton, this must be 4 kilos. This is in group buy right now. You can go buy one of these. It is so cool. And as I say, the group buy is live right now. It is not cheap. But there is a lot of weight to this. Like, there's a lot of aluminium in this. Tasty. And it's just so good looking. That's the one I have, the silver one. But but it comes in different sizes and different layouts. And the actual keyframes on the inside, you can put blockers in certain places. You can have different layouts. So if you look at like here, you can see that it's got the arrow cluster here. You can have it as a numpad and all sorts of different things. So there's kind of like different ways you can lay out this side. It is just such a cool thing. Yes, if you look here, is it shown here? Yeah, so you have different keyframes. This bit that we're looking at here, you can have different shapes for this area and different shapes for there as well. So there are all sorts of different keyframes that you can select. It's really cool. Here you go. These are the different keyframes. So you can see there, that's the actual main part of the keyframe. So you've got like different shapes. You can have blockers at the top, or you can have a huge blocker which has got a pen rail in it. You can have HHKB style blockers on the front. You can have these kind of different numpad clusters where it's just full keys. You've got a cross arrow pattern, or you've got a standard design. This thing is just so cool. Just so cool. These are the plates, or you can do it just PCB mount. It's just a really cool thing. It's just a really cool thing. Anyway, that's live. As well as that, we do have a couple of other group buys live. GMK High Vis, which is a very similar color to the yellow from GMK Nerve, but just really cool as well. MVKB knocking it out again as well. It's really cool. And the Hebe cap is great as well. Not the Hebe cap, the Thing cap as well is great too. And of course we've got Grizzy on round 2 as well. If you haven't seen Grizzy on round 2, this is live now. This is a really cool keycap set. Look at those sub-legends. Super nice. Just that one. And then Dandy as well is back. So there you go. Dandy, R2, superb green. I'm so sad I sold my set of this, but I did. But yeah, they're all back. They're all live. And there's still the Crush 65, which is stupidly priced. Like if you want a 65% and you don't want to spend much money on it, 132 quid including VAT, or £110 if you're not in the UK or EU. It is just nuts for a 65% keyboard that's as good looking as this. Like it's just nuts. Anyway, there we go. Shipping done. Shilling done. Right, it's time to put some keycaps on the board. Let's zoom the camera in a little bit more so you guys can see a little bit close up of what we're doing. And GMK Calm Depths one. So yeah. They changed Grizzy on extension kit last minute. Yeah, like unfortunately we aren't always involved in those decisions. Or if we are, we kind of get voted out quite quickly. What's my favourite layout? In terms of usage, I tend to use a TKL, but I think personally, if I had to decide, I'd probably say 60% is my personal preferred layout. But usage would not necessarily agree with that, unfortunately. So perhaps I am telling a little porcupine when we talk about it without meaning to. Like my bias is towards something slightly different to what I think it is. Sadly, we're not using UK ISO today, or the numpad keys. Yeah, that's the right one. I've got step caps up on here, so I'll put that on. I can't get away or use anything other than my V1 Zoom 65. That's fair, man. That's what you like. That's what you like. But there are so many good boards out here. 60% win. 65% win. Yes. Like I think that's my favorite, but realistically, usage tells me it's not. I had to leave halfway during the stream. I thought it was an ISO build. It was going to be an ISO build, but unfortunately the plate did not support ISO, so we ended up not doing an ISO build. But we will eventually convert it to ISO at some point. I just need to make a plate for it. So we are using ANSI today, which is what it is. What am I doing? Yeah, that's right. Where are we up to with chat? I had to leave, yeah. Did you guys see the new stabilizers designed by Nobel? Yeah, I spent a little bit of time talking about that at the top of the stream. I'm really excited about them. You might want to go back and have a look at that because I think there's some opportunities there that might have been overlooked. And I absolutely think that there is some massive improvements to be made. It's made me really excited about the space of stabilizers for the first time in like a long time. Like I hate stabilizers in general, and I'm always looking at ways to improve them. And I think that what Nobel has done, he's given me the impetus to try and implement some of my own ideas into making those changes. And for that, I'll be very thankful, especially if something comes of it. But I have a design in my head that I want to try and get out onto paper. So I'm going to try and work on that very soon. I did some like little drawings and trying to explain how it all works. That's the wrong key. Why would I put that in? I knew before I even pushed that down it was the wrong profile. Yeah. It sucks to be like, you can go back and watch it. The streams will be archived on YouTube as well if you don't catch it on Twitch, but it'll be on Twitch as soon as we finish streaming pretty much. Are you watching the F1 or highlights later on? Yeah, I'll be watching the F1 after the stream. It's on record at home, so as soon as I get home, I'll be watching the F1. That's my current plan anyway. Oh, the bars? Yeah. There's always another keyboard, unless you have money bags, you're not able to buy them all. Yeah. Just try and pick what you really like, and go for what you really like. Like, if something speaks to you, that's generally a sign that you should buy it, I think. If something says deep in your soul, I need that, it might be telling you something.
Tasty.
Thank you, Jane Mickey, for the subs. 30-month streak. Thank you so much for that, dude. So glad you're the mode proxy. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. We try our hardest. We want to bring people value for money, so yeah, we try. I've forgotten how really nice this set was, to be honest. It's not something we see very often in the hobby anymore. I'm gonna just change this blue key for the grey version, just because I think it looks better. Okay, where did I put the grey version? There it is. There we go. Do I like HHKB layout? Yeah. Patreon? Wait, what? Have you ever thought about doing a Patreon? Gemma, no, but it's something I could consider. Like I'll be honest, I don't make much from PT. Like I make like 12 grand a year. That's my total income. I've had to share my P60 on stream a couple of weeks ago because like it was the end of my financial year here at PT. So yeah, like anything extra to generate some income might be something we'd consider doing. His journey was really interesting to learn about, but I'm happy with the SW Knights. They're incredible. Yeah, I think QMX stabilizers are probably slightly better than the Knight ones for me. I just like the way they're implemented a little bit more, but Norbauer's design gives me some really good ideas about how to operate for the future on stabilizers. Yeah, I love HHKB layout. I'm taking it slow with watches. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't forget to remind me to show you a watch at the end as well. Here's me thinking you're talking about something. Yeah, mistype. Did I miss the launch of something new? Miro, yeah. So right now, the Jay's Roastery, my coffee shop, online coffee store, has gone live. We don't shop in Google yet, but you can physically buy coffee from us now. We're actually roasting coffee. Here's some of the coffee roasting in actual action. This is some of the beans I was literally drinking earlier on stream today. All these beans were roasted while I was there, and this became the bag I brought home with me, and that's what's in our grinder right now. So yeah, we're now selling coffee. I now have another company which sells coffee. It's Jay's Roastery. This is very much a beta of a website. An early access effectively for you guys because I want to share it with you, and you guys, if anyone's going to break it and show me the faults in it, you guys will. So yeah, this is absolutely live right now. We've got 3 different coffees. We've got the classics blend here, we've got the fiction blend, and we've got the sci-fi blend. These each have different tasting notes, but the details on the tasting notes are on each product page. There's also brewing notes if you want to look at espresso or pour over. It's only whole beans at the moment. Like this is one example of something I need to fix. The CSS style sheets for this to match this is something I need to do. Again, it'll get done at some point. So yeah, there's a nice about us page on there as well, which breaks down the team and how we work and all that kind of stuff as well. So feel free to take a look at jaysroastery.co.uk, and it's roast story, not roastery. Roast story because it's all based around stories like fiction, classics, all of that kind of stuff. It's roast story. It's kind of like a play on word, a little bit like prototypist is a play on words, like prototype and typist. It's the same kind of ideal. I like portmanteaus. Like there's just something that speaks to me about them. So Miro, yeah, we have coffee. UK only for now. EU and rest of the world coming in the next month or so. We just need to figure out the shipping for those. It's a little bit different, a little bit difficult. But yeah, it's right now there. You can buy our coffee. So yeah, pretty excited to share that. Cool. Okay. Let's just catch up with chat then. My sub renews in one day. Nice. Generally, it's better for a mechanical watch to be fast, and you can avoid being late for things and can hack the watch to bring it back to time. True. The coffee website. Yeah. This board is too good. Dude, look how good this looks. This is just super, super clean. Gehirn with GMK calm depths. My Diamond Avalons finally arrived. I absolutely love them. Using in my Sonnet with CF plate, perfect combo. Glad. I'm really happy you like them. We refunded everyone's shipping on them as well because it took so long to get them out. Yeah. How am I going to buy my coffee? Dude, we'll send you some. Josh, you work for PT. I'll send you some. It's fine. The AI art goes crazy. Yeah, so we do have like a whole thing about that. So on my to-do list for Jay's Roastery, one of the things is looking at the logo because I'm not happy with the logo. This is very much early access basically. And the other thing is we have a lot of the artwork. So the artwork's being investigated. This is kind of like a bit of a backlog of stuff to do. And as you can see, we're getting towards the end of it now, but the artwork is absolutely something I want to change out ultimately to something that's not like this. We're actually got a guy that's going to come in and paint some artwork for us. And then we're going to take some photographs of the paintings and use those as their kind of things. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. Is one of them the same as the old PT Lite? No, none of these are identical. They're slightly different. There's some recipes that are kind of similar, but not necessarily straight up. We do have True Crime coming as our next blend, which will be the decaf. So classics fiction blend, the sci-fi blend, the true crime blend will be the decaf, because decaf's a little bit of a crime against coffee in the way. There's a little bit of pun and a play on words, but yeah, we will have the decaf coming soon. Will that's probably about 6 weeks away, I think. So yeah, but not Toy Story. No. I'm about to crack up my last 500 grams bag, so I'll definitely be checking out, Jay. Thanks, Mickey. I appreciate it. More license issues with food stuff instead of rectangles. Dude, my life is just a legal mess. Yeah. That looks so nice, Jay. Sorry I missed most of the stream, but this build looks sick. Nice. Thanks. I appreciate that. I'm so happy with this build so far. We'll see how it sounds in a minute. Nixie coffee. Yeah. Romance blend. Yeah. Could do switch blends. Maybe. Will you be offering some single origins? Yeah, so at some point in the future, what we'll have is we'll have some single origins that'll come onto the website, and they will be very limited edition. So they'll be available for like maybe a week or until they sell out, and we'll just put up a post or an announcement or whatever on the website as they come in. And obviously, if you're already a member of the website on jaysroastery.co.uk, then you will get an email when anything new happens like that. So yeah, some of us can't handle caffeine. That's fair, man. That's fair. Decaf drinkers are the true coffee lovers since they drink it for the taste. Wow. Okay. I can't disagree with that. I can't think of like a disagreement I have with that off the top of my head. Yeah. So, yeah, that's fine. Romance blend, yeah. So we are doing one called the Romance blend. That's actually going to be a mocha. So that's going to be like beans that come with a bag of chocolate as well. And the idea will be that depending on how much beans you use, you'll use an X amount of chocolate, and you'll create a paste in your cup before you pull your shot of espresso or before you do your pour over. But the idea is it'll be a mocha experience. We're having some issues with that on the pour over side, getting it to taste quite right, so I'd still need to work that through, but there will be a romance option where you can get a hot chocolate like mixture that goes with the coffee to make a mocha. Yeah, that'll be the romance. So yeah, we're working on it. I have a question with regards to choosing the sort of subscription. Yeah, let me know. Just ask your question away. That's fine. Since I paused drinking alcohol, I've started to having a decaf coffee in the evening sometimes as a treat. Nice. I drink coffee all hours of the day, so I can't compare. Because what if I want the sci-fi now and then 4 weeks later I want the classics? So we don't have a fix for that kind of use case at the minute. You would have to just stop your subscription and start a new one. But the other way to do it is to just drop us an email, contact@jaysroastery.co.uk. You drop us an email there and we can just change your order as soon as your subscription comes through. If you want to change that and have a different coffee, email us the moment your subscription changes and we can update that for you. That's absolutely not a problem. And if we get it wrong, if we don't get to it in time, we'll just send you the second bag for free. So yeah, as long as you let us know like the day that your subscription happens, we'll change that for you. Or alternatively, you can cancel your subscription and start a new one. Or you could just have 2 subscriptions and have a subscription for 250 grams of each and do it that way. That's another option too. How much coffee do I drink in a day? Too much. It depends on the day. I generally have an espresso at home before I leave for work. I have one as a latte when I get to work. Sometimes I'll have another one around 11 a.m. or 3 p.m. depending on how I'm feeling. I usually have another one as soon as I get home as well, about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night, something like that. So yeah, probably somewhere in the region of, I probably average 4 espresso based drinks a day. So yeah. Decaf can taste good. The process is hard and more expensive, and people think decaf shouldn't cost more, so it's hard to justify bumping up the price. This is true. It's difficult. Yeah, Hoffman did a really good video. And Adam mentions a Hoffman video. Yeah. Good to know there's something out there for feelings like me. Yeah, alcohol free now for 9 years, trying to be caffeine free, 3 months so far. Well done, man. Well done. Whatever's easy for you, ordering it tomorrow morning, thank you. You're welcome. Miro, just, yeah, it's obviously not the PT email, it's the Jay's Roaster email, but we can fix that for you. Yeah. I'll stick to filter coffee for now. That's fair. Single origin snob, so glad to hear you'll have some of that in the future. Yeah, like, I think, okay, so here's my view on single origins. Single origins can be stunning, don't get me wrong, but you are missing out on a world of flavor profiles that are available from blends. You know, it's the same as whiskeys. Like having a single malt is very different to having a blended whiskey, and neither are the right answer. Both are easily accessible, and both are kind of valid and true. And I think from blends of coffee, you can create a better house coffee, and that's kind of where this started. I wanted to have like our coffee in coffee shops, and that's what we've done already. That's what we've been focusing on in the background. So the Fiction blend particularly makes a really good house coffee for coffee shops, and there are coffee shops in the area right now where if you go and you buy a cup of coffee from them, it will be our Fiction blend that they're drinking. That's already out there. That's live. That's in the world. That's a thing. So yeah. But I see what you get. I see where you're coming from. What would be the most affordable coffee setup option to get into coffee? AeroPress and just some cheap coffee from us. 250 gram bag from us and an AeroPress, and you'll be able to figure out you'll need a grinder as well, but you'll be able to figure out quite quickly what you like. But AeroPress is probably the quickest way. Yeah, they're all good in all-in-one machines, but the beauty of coffee is trying out different methods and recipes. Absolutely, yeah. So we have here at the workshop we have a separate grinder, and we have a ZW64, which is the same people who make the DF64, but this is a grind by weight version. It's much bigger and designed for like semi-professional areas instead of a home barista setup. And we have a Londinium L1 espresso machine, and that's what gets used in the workshop. That's a old school lever handle machine, and it's really cool. I'm very, very impressed with it. Cool. Okay, let's go back to the keyboard then. So this is the keyboard. It is now all built. Should we see how it sounds? I'll pause the music, and let's see how the Gehirn has come out sounding. Let's drop the mic down a little bit. I love a clacky build. So there's a little bit of ping in there. I don't disagree with that. We'll consider whether we do a force break mod on it, especially on this front edge. Maybe the spacebar does sound a little bit pingy, but the actual majority of the keyboard sounds really good. I love a clacky build, and this is absolutely sticking up to be a clacky build. I really, really like it. This might become, like, once I flash this and got it working, it might replace my Koala for a little bit. We'll see. This came out so nice. Look at some of the details on this board, like the Gehirn logo on the rear. Look at that. Look how the light, can you see how it changes color in the light? The dark parts go dark and the light parts go dark, and they change. Love the resonance. Honestly wouldn't mod it, but that's me. Dude, this is the thing. It's custom keyboards. You can have it however you like. You can have it however you like. If you like it to have a little bit of ping, great. If you don't like ping, fantastic. You can modify it and do whatever the hell you want. So this is GMK Calm Depths with SP Star Meteor switches on an aluminium plate in the Hot Swap Gehirn. And it just looks phenomenal, doesn't it? Look how good this looks. These keycaps are actually brand new. It's the first time they've ever been used on a board, I think. Super, super happy with that. Super, super happy. Well done on picking a great keycap set choice for this build, guys. I appreciate that. Definitely a bit of ping. Yeah, a little bit of ping. A little bit, but not in a bad way. Alpha sounds sexy. The alphas sound great. I think it's just the modifiers for me, and maybe a little bit of foam or some force break mode or something like that. Absolutely might fix it. Glasses.preference GIF. Yeah, absolutely. Don't forget, guys, you have got the new J emotes as well, the PT emotes. We do have these now live on the website, live on here, so you can actually you can use our cool new emotes. And Twitch subscribers also do get the SPC emote as well, which is pretty cool. That's a nice little rocket ship. Agree wholeheartedly. Absolutely. I love my puke Gehirn. Yeah, I wish I'd got the green one, but I didn't buy one, and I got this because this was a leftover after a cancelled order, so I bought it off the website. And yeah. What is the force break mod then? The force break mod is basically stopping the top case and the bottom case from connecting to each other and transmitting sound between the two. So a lot of ping that you hear is through the case. You're typing on the plate, which then connects to the case, which then connects to the bottom case, and ping resonates throughout. The force break mod literally just forces a break in between the two, so it's putting a thin piece of material between the two case parts. It doesn't have to be much, just a really thin piece. You can use tape and other things, and you can't see it once you put the case back together, and that can offer a really changed variable typing experience or typing sound. If it's 2015 again, I'm married, please no. Yeah. Pet ISO. Yeah, that one's gonna come. Tim was doing them earlier on for me. Love my SPC pink mouse. Yeah, I've still got mine. Use it every day. Use it every day. There you go. People using the emotes now. Yeah, it's actually my wedding anniversary on Wednesday. We went out for dinner last night. We went to Miller and Carter for dinner last night because me and my wife both love a good steak. Vinny, thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate it. So yeah, we both love a good steak, and we went out for dinner last night. And then on Wednesday coming, it's actually our wedding anniversary. It'll be 6 years we've been married on the 8th, which is kind of crazy. And for our wedding anniversary, my wife asked me what I wanted, and I asked her what she wanted. So my wife is getting a vacuum cleaner. She doesn't know this yet, but it's a cool one. It's a robot vacuum cleaner, and it's a bit of a joke present. She's been asking for one for a while, so I finally bought one a couple of weeks ago, and I thought I'd just hold off giving it to her until our wedding anniversary. She's also getting a new Apple Watch because she wanted an Apple Watch, so I'm being quite fair with that. But I'm not going to give her the Apple Watch until she won't know about that until after she's got the robot vacuum cleaner. I'm aware that I'm setting myself up for death, and she may unalive me, but I think it's just worth the effort for this. So it's a robot vacuum cleaner. It was off a Kickstarter and it came a little while back, and yeah, I'm gonna give her that first, and then when she's really disappointed with that, I'll surprise her with the Apple Watch. She asked me what I wanted, so I've fancied having like a manicure and a pedicure for the longest time. I've never had one, never had either. So she's booked me in on Thursday to go for a mani-pedi. So that's what I'm doing this Thursday on my day off. I'm going for a mani-pedi. DJ Rumba? Yeah, DJ Rumba. Yeah, Rip J. Yeah, I may not be alive in after Wednesday. Like, unless I can get the Apple Watch out quick enough, I might die. Let me know if you need somewhere to sleep, buddy. Thanks. I've got the workshop, but I'll be okay. Yeah, mani-pedis are awesome. Yeah, I have problems with my feet anyway. Like, my toenails are really sensitive, so I struggle to like trim them myself because they hurt to like touch and move. I've always had this since I was a child, so to actually get them sorted out properly will be a unique experience for me. You painting the Rumba pink? It might be red with blood afterwards. We'll see. Can I have you that, son? Dude. Dude. Treat yourself, Felicia. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, so I'm going for a mani-pedi, and she's sending me for a massage the week after as well, which is really nice of her. And she's getting from me, she's getting an Apple Watch and a new robot vacuum cleaner. It's not a Rumba actually. How's the Gehirn? Very, very cool. I'm super happy with it. I need to flash the PCB because there's a load of stuff not working on it, but that's fine. I'll figure that out off stream. Yeah. You have a cat for the Rumba? No, we have a dog. We have little workshop doggo. She will probably bark at it and probably chase it, which would be quite fun. Hopefully she'll see it as a toy. We'll see. Super relaxing. I went out with a female friend as she was nervous and it was a blast. Yeah, I asked my wife if she wanted to come and she said no, so she's sending me on my own, but that's fine. If we see no updates after, we know to call the police or another authority or adult to check on you. Yeah. Just get Mel to check on me if you don't see any updates on Friday off me. So yeah, we'll see. Just came here to say that you're so happy. Congratulations, man. Oh, don't tell me the Formula 1, Elias. Don't tell me the Formula 1 results. Please don't. Like, I've got it on record. Like, I haven't watched it yet. Don't talk. If you're happy because of Formula 1, I don't want to know. I don't want to know because like I haven't watched it yet, and as soon as I get home tonight, which is be like whenever, like 20 minutes, half an hour away from now, that's when I'm going to be watching it. So please don't share anything F1 related. Like, please, I just realized who it was that said it. I was like, no, please don't share anything. But I will message you afterwards. Or you can drop me a DM and I will message you afterwards. Like, yeah, like normally I watch the F1 before I stream, but today it's like happened to be while I was live. So yeah. Oh, you built a keyboard? Oh, nice. Latifi one. Hey, Wait, no, wrong. Yeah. What keyboard have you built, dude? What keyboard have you built? I just wanted to say something about the race. Damn, Jay always stopping with the races at this time. Yeah, like we can talk about the race. Like I'm probably going to do a stream on Tuesday, I think. So if you want to talk about the race, then we can talk about it then. Normally, I'd be 100% happy to talk about it on stream because I've already watched it. But when it's the kind of like that side of the world and the races happen, you know, like now, it's difficult. You finished your Cycle 7? Congratulations, dude. Congratulations. Cycle 7 is a really good board for the price. Just a watch reminder if you get a chance before you rush off. Yeah. Do you want to just see one of them, Blackbrook? I'll show you one of them out of the watchfinder. So this is probably my favorite watch that I own. It's this is a vintage Amiga DeVille. This is I'm not a fan of the strap on this at the minute. Bear in mind the strap's due to be changed, but this is an automatic watch. I know it's the wrong time and the wrong date and stuff like that, but this is an Amiga DeVille with a green face, which is really rare. So yeah, it's just a beautiful timepiece. It does need a new strap. I do like the brown straps for it, but it does need a new strap. But it is just a phenomenal timepiece. It's really old. I think it's 1956, I think, if I remember rightly. And it's got the kind of the crosshair dial as well, which is quite rare. But it's a beautiful timepiece. The color of the dial is lovely. Yeah, it's a great color. It's a really great color. That's probably kind of the accurate color there. If I hold it this way, that green reflection is getting a little bit, so that's probably the color there. If I hold it like that, that's probably the right color. Sector dial too, yeah. The crosshair dial is really cool. It's a really cool piece. I've got a few vintage Amigas. This is probably my favorite one. So yeah. There we go. I'm not even Twitch watchers, and that looks nice. Yeah, this is what I actually wore on my wedding day. So yeah, great. Now I need one of those as well. Dude, if you ever want to borrow a watch, I wouldn't offer this to everybody, but Blackbrook, I know you really well. You'd be more than welcome to borrow one. LaCroix, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. Looks like we're not going to hit the sub goal for this today. Don't forget, next time we hit the sub goal, which is down here, down at the bottom, just down here. Where is it? Down here. Next time we hit the sub goal, we will be doing a giveaway for 3 GMK sets. So if you want a chance to win 3 MJK sets, we need to increase those number of subs. That's what we need to do. Do you reckon that you will bring the Neo Ergo to Prototypist? Yeah, we're working through it at the moment. It's not too far away, Elias, and it will be available through Prototypist. Yeah, it's a really cool board. So yeah, that's very sweet, dude. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. Keyboards, coffee, watches, always cheap hobbies. Dude, you've missed the fact that cars are my biggest hobby. If you look on my Instagram, you'll see a lot of the car posts. But yeah, cars are kind of like my biggest hobby. But watches, keyboards, collectible items. Oh, we were going to do the POG thing as well, weren't we? So yeah, we'll do that in a second, actually. So new phase of the stream, and I'll create a spreadsheet after the stream to kind of track this. But you guys might want to put the JPOG emoji into chat because we're going to look at POGs now for a second. We're going to look at POGs for a minute. So what the plan is every stream will open. I have like a full retail box of POGs here from the 2004-2005 collection. This is series 1 from the second round of them. So what we're going to do is every stream we're going to open a pack of these and we're going to see what we can get out. And these are series 1 of the second round, so I think these are 2004, 2005, something like that. 2005. This is the 2005 series, not the original like 1990 set, but it's still 20 years old. And I have more than one box of these as well. But the idea is that every stream will open a packet of these, and we'll see if we can get a full collection of all 60 POGs from the collection. Right? I'll get the sheet printed out that we'll be able to track them from, and we'll open up a pack each week. How is this 19 years? Yeah, absolutely. So, tell you what, I'll hold up 3 packs, and you guys can pick each week. Should we open up left, right, or middle? Left, right, or middle? Which pack would you like us to open up today? Put it into chat. L, R, or M. No, but Storesness, if you go SPC members, if you're an SPC member, if you go onto the Discord and look in SPC announcements, you'll see that there's something happening for there. You'll see there's something happening there. M, M, L, M. Middle, middle, middle. Most votes are for middle here. Left, middle, or right. And we'll open up a pack of these every no one's going for the right packet, so let's go for the middle packet. More people go for the middle. We'll open up a pack of these every single week on stream. This is something I've been meaning to do for a long time, and we'll see if we can collect all 60 of them. Code keys went for the right after we'd already selected it. Next week what we'll do is we'll actually put it to a poll so you can do. You were 8 when these were released? I was a little bit older than that. This is 20-year-old packaging that I'm opening. I'm 20 years old. 20 years old. Oh, there's a little checklist in them. I'd forgotten how cool these were. Series card. So, we can probably cross these off as we get them. And we'll see if we can collect all 60 of them. Enter your code at officialpog.com. I wonder if the codes still work. Proud to say I'm old on the box of Pogs. So, if you don't know what Pogs are are like what are called milk caps, and it used to play a game, and you'd put these milk caps in, like they have like logos and designs. They're basically thin pieces of cardboard, and you'd stack them up, and you'd use a slammer, which is a plastic version, to try and knock over the cards. And if you put them all face down, if you could get them face up, those were the ones you collected, and you used to play against friends to try and trade them or whatever. It's like a collectibles type thing. These were massive in the US, and then they came to the UK, like late 80s, early 90s. They were huge in the US. In about 1994, I think, they came to the UK. And they were huge here in the UK when I was a kid, because that was when I was in primary school at that point. And they were huge until I went to high school. And then they kind of disappeared for a bit. And then apparently, because these sets came out in like 2005, back in the early 2000s, they had like a renaissance. So yeah, so I'll show you guys what they are. So the first thing is, in here we've got a plastic one. This is the slammer. God, this is way thicker than the original slammers. So this is a slammer. So this is the one that you try and flip them over with. So you kind of like throw this down to try and flip them over. And this one says Pog City on it. And it has kind of like the whole city skyline feel to it. This is the plastic one with the Global Pog Association. The original one said World Pog Federation, I'm sure. I think you need to make some PT slammers. Absolutely. And then these are the pogs themselves. So I'll show you guys what these have. So these have like different designs. And they have like a backing as well to show that they're authentic. But yeah, so these are the designs. So that's the like one of the designs there. And that is number 43. Well, so let's cross these off. We've got one that looks like a car wheel. Oh, the sign's gone up because it's time for me to go home. Oh, we've got a duplicate. We've already got a duplicate in pack 1. Already got a duplicate in pack 1. There we go. We've got a Kiss My Pog. And then we've got a Pog with some Japanese lettering in the background. So let's grab a pen and cross these off. Do I have a marker pen here? I do. Let's cross these off. So today we've got 31. Kiss My Pog. That's that one. We've got a 43, which is Grin. We've got a 39, which is called Funnel, weirdly. I think this is actually a misprint. So this is number 39, and it's called Funnel on the card. I've crossed it out now, but this is the card. But number 40 is actually called 8-spoke. And by my count, that's an 8-spoke wheel. So I think these had a misprint, because that says number 39 on it, look. I think these had a misprint. I suspect that we'll find out that the other one's wrong. That's a duplicate, so we're going to keep that to one side. That would have become a trader one. And this is number 25. 25 is called Anime. So there we go. So after box 1, we have got 4 of all of them. Randomly chuck the dupes in a PT orders. Dude, yeah, that's a great idea. The duplicates will go in SPC orders. So if you're a member of the SPC and you make an order and I have some spare pogs, you'll get a pog in your order. That is the promise. That's what I'll do. The duplicates will become fodder for going into SPC orders. So yeah, there you go. That's what we'll do. Pogs, yo-yos, and Tamagotchis. Yo-yos as well. Go-Go's Crazy Bones. I have thousands of them somewhere. Thousands of them somewhere. Proud to say I'm older than a box of Pogs. That's a great shout. Wonder if the website still works. Should we have a look? Hold on. Let's try the website out, right? What was the website? Oh wait, why am I typing on that board? It's not even plugged in. Official injury claims. No, officialpog.com. No. It forwards you to jordancarroll.com. So officialpog.com is now owned by this handsome gentleman, which is Jordan Carroll. So the World Pog Federation probably doesn't exist anymore. What were they called? Global Pog Association. Let's see if they're still around. The World Pog Federation still exists. This is what I remember. Yeah, we came to the UK in the 1994. Yeah, 1994 to 1988. That's kind of crazy. So this is cool that this still exists. PogUnlimited.com. Oh look, the Global Pog Association Series 1 2005. So these are some of the ones that from the series that we're looking at the minute. So someone's still selling these on eBay. Nice. Pog Digital, World Pog Federation Official. They have a Twitter. That's kind of cool. Pog the Game. Wow. Shop.pogdigital.com. Oh, this is cool. 12 packs is $112. There's like 60 packs in here. That's kind of crazy. At least it still exists, right? Unfortunately, I don't think there is anywhere for me to enter my code anymore. And this code we'll never be able to use. But hey, it is what it is. I thought I'd share that with you guys. We'd have a look at it. Hawaiian origin? Yeah. I knew they were US thing, but I'd forgotten they were Hawaiian. Yeah, the Keenies were the name of the slammers as well. I do remember that. My sister used to have a lot of these too. I remember playing with the slammer. Yeah. It's like a Shreddy slammer, not the OG ones. Tazos were the Shreddies one, were they? Or was that Doritos or something? Tazos were one? Maybe it was Walker's actually. Walker's Tazos sounds like quite right. Sign of things to come apart from the duplicate. Nice. Japanese one looks cool, I think. Yeah. Could be interesting if users could redeem points for a pack to be opened. Ooh, interesting. Yeah. Collected the Star Wars ones? Yeah. I like the chucking the duplicates in PT orders, so we will do that. They'll be in SPC orders. Are you going to go Silverstone this year, Jay? No, I'm not, unfortunately. Not unless Elias is still watching and he wants to invite me down. So he works in Formula 1, so, like, yeah. If he wants to invite me down, I will do. Or if UPS want to send me or DHL want to send me, I'll go. But other than that, no, unfortunately not. Sign the Pog with a... Yeah, I could do. Yeah, we could sign it, yeah. We could sign the Pogs. Yo-yos. I used to have some with like clutches in that you could spin and stuff like that. I probably still do. There's somewhere. Pokemon cards just got banned at my eldest school. More things change. Yeah, things like that always got banned as. You want a Pog t-shirt? The Poglodite? Is that what it's called? I really want my old Pogs now. Tazos is what it was called in Spain. Tazos was a specific thing. I think they were the Walkers version, and they actually connected together, so you could like slot them together and like build structures like connects out of them. Yeah, but Pogs were a cool thing. Right, well, we'll open another box of Pogs next week on stream, or on Thursday if we don't stream on Tuesday. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't forget, guys, if you want to get 30% off GMK Panda, GMK Classic, and GMK Agent 01, you've got about 5 minutes left. Don't forget, if you want to pick up some coffee, the coffee website is now live at jaysroastory.co.uk. And you can pick up some coffee from us, and that'll ship out on Tuesday. I'm really excited to bring the coffee thing to fruition. Like, it's so cool to finally be there, and it's taken so long to get the company set up and so much time and money set up. But I'm really excited to share that with you guys as well. So yeah. Right, I think that's it for the stream. If you guys have got any more questions, please reach out to me on Twitch or Discord or Instagram, and I'll try and help you out. Don't forget, we're trying to get the total subs target to 225. If we get there, we'll do 3 free GMK giveaways. So giveaways are going to be tied to like goals now, just to try and encourage the stream a little bit more. Maybe we'll do some bits goals next week instead of subs goals if we don't get there, but we'll see. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I thoroughly appreciate and love you all. I hope you had a really good day watching, and watch out for more stabilizers soon, because I think we've got some cool ideas coming from that. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I love every single one of you. I appreciate you all. Take care. Bye bye.